All right, let's do this. Back at it on Monday. It is the Cotter and Marshall Show. Hop on that stream, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Join the horde, man. Hang out with us every day on that stream. While you're there, be sure to like, follow, and subscribe. You can always listen to the show. Download the app for free. Get us in your in-home smart speaker. Check us out at rock1061.com. Good morning, Marshall.
Good morning.
Why do we have a lake in our parking lot?
It happens every once in a while, so I don't know. There's some issues. And here's the thing. There's a bar right next to where we work at the radio station.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing that grate is the go-to place to possibly do your business when the bar closes. Maybe you're not feeling so well when you come out of that bar. Maybe the food's a little too spicy. It is an Indian food restaurant. I don't know. My guess is that.
I've never seen that much water in the parking lot before. I thought something backed up somewhere.
No, something's definitely backed up because there is a miniature lake. I mean, they could drop some fish in there and people could be out there fishing by the afternoon. I don't know what's going on, but it's not the first time I've seen it.
It's just massive. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
How was your weekend?
It was good. I learned that I'm old.
We knew this.
It hit a little hard this weekend. Went and played some football with the boys on Saturday. That was kind of nice. Got up nice and early, threw some kids around, made myself feel good. Turns out my enemy wasn't daylight or wasn't really my age. It was actually something called lactic acid, as it builds up in your body. Because it turns out when you don't work out for, I would say a long period of time, and you play football for 2 hours, lactic acid comes in and makes you feel sore, and that almost immediately hit after I got done playing, and it's still affecting me at this very moment.
So you're like over a day removed?
Oh, yeah. I'm like almost 2 days from the moment I last worked out, and my body's still screaming.
Getting old sucks, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
There is nothing pleasant about it. You just now realize
nothing pleasant about it. Yeah.
Coming up on the show today, the Olympics are done, but way too many people think they can hop right into the Olympics and pull off an event.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to talk about that. Also, events we think we could hop into and pull off and maybe not embarrass ourselves too much. Of course, we'll get the Big Money Monday, your chance to win a $50 gift card. Calls, comments, and text today. If you need to stay anonymous in this, I get it. What's something you told your significant other, past or present, that you probably shouldn't have, or other way around? Did you hear something from a significant other that you never needed to hear? I got one of those. I'll share after 7 o'clock, but your calls, comments, and text, 800-394-1061. And, of course, we'll kick off the show about last night. The Foo Fighters love trolling the Westboro Baptist Church, and I love them for this. Could Aaron Rodgers become a New Orleans Saint? That's crazy. And we'll kick off next with O.J. Simpson. This dude has got the biggest balls on the planet. We'll tell you why next. Here's Volbeat and Wait a Minute, My Girl, Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 1061.
Yeah, man. Oh, it was probably Saturday night. Actually, it was the moment I walked out of the car from playing two-hand touch football. I'm like, man, I'm getting a little sore. Then I laid down for a while. I'm like, I'm getting a little sore. And then, by Saturday night, I was like just limping around. And then, my back, just like my pure back area, a little sore. Turns out, playing two-hand touch football for the second time this year, it's August, was really going to hit me hard.
Yeah, I get
really going to hit me hard. But here I am, rocking and a rolling. Yeah, why not? We love this Westboro story, too. We'll hit that here in just a few moments. Yeah. First up, we'll talk about O.J. Simpson. Story coming from TMZ. Talking about why he loves Las Vegas and he has trouble going to Los Angeles. And it's so on the nose, it hurts everyone's senses.
He wants to avoid that awkward situation.
Right, when he comes across a mirror.
Those are all covered in his house, just in case.
So is O.J. Simpson a vampire?
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe. What'd you do this weekend, man?
Not a whole lot. I work, lots of work. Lots of work. My wife had so much work to do, so I'm like, I'm going to work ahead too. It was a very productive weekend. We went to Green Truck Pub on Saturday night because it was one of my daughter's favorite places to go. Wanted to hit that up one more time before she went to school. So just kind of hung out, played some games.
Okay.
Yeah, it was good. It was a nice weekend. Our last one with Ella before we take her off to college.
Mm-hmm. And that's a good thing to point out. We'll mention it a couple times. We'll be off on Thursday and Friday this week. So just a quick programming note. We'll be off those 2 days this week, Thursday and Friday.
All right, guys, be right back. Good morning. Jumping right in. Story number one about last night. O.J. Simpson. The dude has got a massive pair. 27 years ago, Nicole Brown, Ron Goldman murdered in Los Angeles. 26 years ago, Simpson was acquitted of said murders. Now, he was found liable in a civil suit that was brought on by the Goldman family. To this day, he is still fighting that verdict. He doesn't want to cough up any money.
Right.
Well, he recently sat down with theathletic.com. They're putting together a list of the top 100 players in NFL history. He comes in at number 41, by the way. During the interview, Simpson just spouts off. Just a bunch of tone-deaf, ridiculous statements, including the fact why he doesn't like going back to Los Angeles.
Yeah, he was quoted as saying, "I have trouble with L.A." Duh. No kidding. He hasn't been able to travel to L.A. for, how long has it been? He was in jail for technically trying to beat up someone who had his Heisman trophy that he lost because he sold because he needed money. He says, actually, in this quote, he goes, "I have trouble with L.A." He goes, "People may think this is self-serving, but I might be sitting next to whoever did it." And he's obviously talking about the people who murdered his ex-girlfriend, Nicole Brown, and Ron Goldman. He goes, "I really don't know who did this." Really? You don't know?
I think we all know.
Is he afraid of it? When he goes to L.A., he'll just walk by a mirror or a window and be like, "Ah, there's the guy."
He also said, "I figured eventually somebody would confess to something, I had one suspect. I told my lawyers to look at it. I still think he might be involved, but I can't talk about it."
Really? All this time later?
This guy, I'm sorry, he is walking around with the biggest set of nuts I think anybody could ever walk around with.
All right, so OJ still thinks he didn't do it, although we all kind of think and still know he did. He says he feels like he lives a good life now in Las Vegas, despite what people may think. Now, if you guys watch or just follow along OJ on Twitter, it's a rough follow. First and foremost, if you follow him, unfollow him. He spouts off on his thoughts on the NFL and just life in general, and it's a brutal follow with O.J. Simpson on Twitter. So, I get why he doesn't want to go to L.A. because, like I said, he may run into a mirror. Lots of them there. People are very vain in that city.
I don't know. This whole thing is just crazy to me. O.J. Simpson, shut up. Just shut up. All right, coming up next, could Aaron Rodgers become a New Orleans Saints quarterback next season? Well, one of his former teammates thinks that is the case. We'll tell you what's going down next. Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1.
Morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us here on the live stream. Appreciate that. Yeah, so I had a good weekend. Went out Friday night with my wife's childhood friend. Had some drinks. Went downtown.
Nice.
Went to Allure.
Oh,
Did
yeah.
not get the meatloaf.
What'd you get?
I just went with the Allure burger. Went with the nice, easy, solid choice. Burger, top 3 burger I've probably ever had in Savannah.
Really?
It is that delicious.
Nice.
It's just a standard burger. It's what they serve it with. There's no accoutrements that you can really add. It's just the Allure burger. Got some truffle fries that came with it. Fries burger combination, one of the top 3 I've ever had in Savannah.
Damn.
Yeah.
All right.
It's a fancy place too.
Yeah.
It's not somewhere where people were in there with T-shirts and stuff, but it's more of a higher end, definitely place. So Allure is off Ellis Square, right by Molly McPherson's.
Yeah.
But went there Friday night. Food was excellent. And then Saturday played some football, and then it was my neighbor's mom's birthday, so we just went over there and hung out, drank some beers.
Okay.
And then yesterday it was purely Suicide Squad and Sopranos Day, so we rock and rolled with those two.
So we watched Suicide Squad on Friday.
Nice. Yeah. So we'll talk about the Suicide Squad. I hope you guys did your homework. Your homework assignment was watch the Suicide Squad this weekend, but we both watched it. We'll talk about it here at the bottom of the 7 o'clock hour. I've got, good, like 6 bullet points of some stuff I wanted to bring up for sure.
I got some notes.
Yeah.
Got some notes.
Wanda says, we drove around Bonaventure while it was raining yesterday, about as wild as we got. Ooh. Tony says, Suicide Squad was disappointing. There were some spots in it where I was disappointed too. But
Tony, I don't disagree.
We'll get into that like 7 o'clock hour though.
Yeah. Morning all.
But I'm glad at least one of you did your homework assignment. We obviously have Big Money Monday coming up today. We'll do that right around the same time we talk about the Suicide Squad. We'll also talk about the Olympics. Obviously, closing ceremonies were last night. Mm-hmm. So we'll talk about the Olympics. We got a story about the percentage of people who just think they can just walk into the Olympics and be Olympians because it's easy.
Yeah, totally.
We'll do trivia. We got more tickets for Midday in the Beer Garden. We also have tickets to the Tailgate Bar Crawl. And then we'll talk some WWE and then a random quote, a random, just little blurb that kind of floated out there at the NFL Hall of Fame. That was quite funny. So
hot mic.
We'll do that. We'll wrap the show up as we always do with Marshall's Music News today. But one thing we were mentioning, so Cotter obviously is taking his kid to college this weekend. So he's going to take Thursday and Friday off to, pack him up, get him the hell out of the house and stuff, I'm sure. So we'll be off the stream at least. We'll be on the air with like a best of, but we'll be off the stream Thursday and Friday.
Yep. Yeah, 14. I think it's a 14-hour drive. It is like I'm could go to Oklahoma. It is the farthest.
Good Lord.
It is the farthest northwest corner of Arkansas. I mean, seriously, it's
What city is it?
Fayetteville.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it is. You can go to Oklahoma. It's that close.
Okay.
There's nothing to do in Oklahoma. So yeah, I was thinking, okay, this shouldn't be too bad. Central Arkansas, no. It is in the far northwest corner of the state.
I've driven through Arkansas once. That was actually on the way here when I was moving.
Okay.
And I got stuck in like a stupid amount of traffic. So I love Arkansas. Yeah. And God, Oklahoma, talk about a place. I mean, take away the city, Oklahoma City. There is nothing there.
No, I've driven through it twice. Once with you. No, a couple times. I shouldn't say twice. A couple times. Once with you. A couple times with the family, but yeah, Oklahoma's rough.
I get why Kevin Durant left and every other superstar left Oklahoma City. Good Lord, there was nothing there.
Yeah. I'm going to get my coffee real quick. I'm going to check on the air because it's extra hot in here again today.
Morning, Holly. All right, gang. So we're still in commercials, and then we got a song, and then we'll come back on the air. Next story up, we're going to talk about Aaron Rodgers. He had a former teammate who's flat out saying what team he's going to next year. A lot of people are talking about the Broncos, but there's another team, possibly the Saints. But we'll talk about what he said coming up here in just a little bit. Now, we talked about this story a few weeks back, but Scarlett Johansson is currently suing Disney over the Black Widow's release because she never agreed for it to be put out on Disney Plus. Well, apparently there has been a like an update to this story. Disney first came out and said it was just mean, essentially, and let's see. Sorry, I'm just reading it for the first time. So Disney first came out. So Cotter's walking back the room. So Disney first came out with Scarlett Johansson story. There's been a small update and said that, excuse me, Disney said that it was essentially that Scarlett Johansson was just being real mean and they didn't care for her motivations to sue them. And now the lawyer for Disney has gone on saying, it is obvious that this is a highly orchestrated PR campaign to achieve an outcome that is not obtainable in this lawsuit. No amount of public pressure can change or obscure explicit contractual commitments. The written contract is clear as a bell.
Wow, Disney is doubling down hard on this, man. I would be shocked that Disney didn't have something in place to take into consideration the adjustments of using the stream as well. I'm shocked that they didn't or they wouldn't. So I don't know. This whole thing's weird. Obviously, Scarlett Johansson and her lawyers don't think they did. Mm-hmm. But yeah, Disney just really doubling down.
On the chat, Tony goes, "Are there a bunch of women on this feed this morning?" And then, yeah, there are. Chicks dig us, man.
Charles.
Terabyte says, watching Suicide Squad for 30 minutes. Turned it off to paint my walls. More entertaining. Charles said he didn't watch it because he doesn't like being told what to do. All right. Okay.
That's fair.
I mean, Charles's job is being told what to do at all times, though. People say, hey, I want this, and then he goes and does that. So, I mean.
Yeah, but he could pick and choose the job. I guess, I bet, and maybe not, and maybe, Charles, you can correct me, if somebody's just being a major a-hole, he doesn't need to take that gig if he doesn't want it.
Right, but I mean, his job is probably to make as much money as possible. So
True.
Just saying. His job is to do what everyone's saying. Throwing that out there. So watch Suicide Squad when we fucking tell you.
Of course, we'll be at New Realm tonight hosting a trivia. There is somebody coming in for training. Very excited.
Is there?
Yes. Well, they said they were. Hopefully they will. I'm very selective.
So I'm pretty disappointed that we have not turned, especially our like department stores or whatever, anything. We have not gotten Halloween really out in any store here in Savannah, and it's very upsetting.
Yeah,
I think by now, because everyone still got back to school stuff up.
Yeah,
but back to school's back in school. Like, we don't need that stuff up. So my wife and I were at a couple stores, and every time I walked around, I was like, I would see a back to school section. I'd be like, change this stuff now.
Labor Day, maybe? Did they wait until Labor Day to get Halloween stuff up?
I actually Googled it, and I Googled it, and I asked, when do department stores start changing over into Halloween? And Google tells me that it's like right about now. It's within mid-month of August. We get 6 weeks of Halloween from these department stores.
All right, guys, be right back. Story number 2 about last night. Could Aaron Rodgers, after this season, become a New Orleans Saint? Right now, of course, Jameis Winston is the starting quarterback of the Saints. Rodgers in Green Bay for one more season. Well, his former teammate, Will Blackman, is throwing out this theory that Aaron Rodgers could become a Saint after this year. Now, Blackman is former NFL defensive back, played with Green Bay from 2006 to 2009. He says he still has a good relationship with Rodgers, and he recently did an interview with TMZ Sports talking about the scenario of Rodgers going to New Orleans.
Next year, Aaron Rodgers will be a New Orleans Saint if Jameis doesn't get it done. So Jameis is playing for his career this year. I believe he will end up being the starting quarterback. And simply because he's shown he is able to throw for 5,000 yards. He's one of 8 quarterbacks in history to throw for 5,000 yards. He just threw too many damn picks. You know what I'm saying? If he can throw 15 picks and still throw for 5,000, which I don't know who he's going to throw to this year, then he can get it done. But I can see Aaron Rodgers being a New Orleans Saints next year.
Which makes a lot of sense, Cotter, because Tom Brady, at one point when he was a free agent, a year and a half ago, he talked about him possibly going to the Saints. There was a big discussion where Tom Brady was doing an interview about what teams he was going to go to. Yeah. And he said there was one team that he said, you're going to stick with that guy. He couldn't believe it. And a lot of people thought it was the Bears at first. Yeah. But it actually turned around. A lot of people thought it was the Saints on kind of the back half of that conversation. So, I mean, they were sticking with Drew Brees, who had like a broken shoulder and, well, at that point, broken everything in his body because he's very, very old and he's not doing the TB12 method. But Aaron Rodgers as a Saint, I think, is very plausible.
I look at it and If he wasn't a Packer this season, there was an option to trade him out, and there was a trade involved, and he went someplace. Is it going to be hard for a team to drop the amount of money on Aaron Rodgers after another season with how old he is? I mean, are they going to want to spend that kind of money on Aaron Rodgers?
And if they look at him as a prototype of Tom Brady, who's going to be like 45 this year.
That's true.
I mean, Aaron Rodgers is only, 38, 39? He's still got probably 4 more seasons after this one, unless someone absolutely destroys him on the football field. But no, I think this is totally plausible. I mean, a lot of people talk about Denver, which still makes sense. They're going to have a rough year this year because they have 2 quarterbacks who do not know how to throw an out pass. But we have Aaron Rodgers possibly with Denver or New Orleans, completely plausible. And I think this guy, although he says he still has a good relationship with Aaron Rodgers, no one has a good relationship with Aaron Rodgers. His family doesn't have a good relationship with Aaron Rodgers. I'm surprised his fiance has a good relationship with him. But yeah, I think this is definitely plausible.
All right, coming up next, one more story for About Last Night. Dave Grohl and the Foo Fighters love trolling the Westboro Baptist Church, and because of that, we love them even more. Well, they did it again this weekend. We got the details coming up after 9 Inch Nails. Here's Closer, Cotter, and Marshall Show. Rock 106.1.
Sorry, I was talking about Halloween before we went to the break. Tony says stores are getting slow shipments since it all comes from China. But, I mean, like, that was an excuse for last year. Like, COVID, everything's coming over slow. Things are coming in fast and hot, right? I mean, like, I don't think we should be held up much anymore, at least with that.
Yeah.
Give me some damn Halloween stuff, people.
All right, I'm going to get my coffee. I'll be right back.
I'm honestly thinking about just like decorating my house for Halloween like this weekend. Like just going out, getting a good 6 weeks in. I think that's fair. Wait, 6 weeks? No, shoot, I guess it'd be 2.5 months. I may do it anyway. Let's see. We'll see. Yeah, I walked into Hobby Lobby, and apparently Hobby Lobby has instituted that they're no longer selling Halloween stuff. They will sell like pumpkins, but that's like in like fall stuff or like the Thanksgiving kind of looking stuff. But apparently they've decided not to sell Halloween stuff anymore, I read. So wild. Charles on the chat says, I know you won't throw for 5,000 yards, Andy Dalton. Probably not. I think Andy Dalton's honestly sitting by week 8. I'm going to give it week 8. Andy Dalton is not going to be the starting quarterback for the Bears. I think Justin Fields will definitely be stepping in. And yes, Wanda, I completely agree with you. It is time just to even think about pulling down the Halloween stuff. You really don't give your Halloween decorations enough time to breathe, especially if you're just throwing it out there in October.
Yeah.
Way too late.
I've never really decorated for Halloween. So, I don't know. Maybe. We got a house now.
Yeah, that is nice. Andy Dalton pulling down $10 million. Hey, $10 million to be a backup quarterback? That's a great gig. That's a great gig.
All right, got about 2 minutes.
Talked about that, how Brett Favre refused to retire. I'm like, man, if I was him, I would just absolutely 100% be a backup quarterback.
You might as well.
Even if it was just for 2 more years.
Yeah.
Say, yeah, I'll do it for $1 million. Let's hang out. If I get into a game, cool. If I don't, whatever.
Good point, man. Also coming up at the end of this hour, came across, so we basically all had to do our performance reviews here within the past few months. Came across an article about, does your boss know what he's doing? It's 4 points. Figure we take a look at, does A-Dub know what he's doing as our boss? He'll love this bit. He'll love this feature. We may not be here tomorrow. I don't know.
Tony says we're doing a witch photo shoot this weekend
that's
with
awesome.
the staff. We're decking out the office September 1st. No, I think that's a great idea.
That's great. I will say Halloween was fun last year because it was the first time we actually, not that there was a whole lot of trick-or-treaters because of everything going on, but fired up some Halloween music and we got dressed up and we just sat out front. We had a table in our driveway with candy on it so people come up and grab it, but we just kind of hung out and talked to everybody. It was pretty fun, though. That part was cool.
Terabyte says, I think Dalton's going to pull a Tannehill and play out of his mind to save his ass. I mean, he very well could. He's only 33 years old, which, I mean, he's still a young guy. He had some solid years. He went to the playoffs like year after year with Cincinnati Bengals. And then, he went to Dallas last year. Apparently, that's where he's from. He's from Texas, so he went there.
All right, guys, be right back. All right, one more story to go, and about last night, we'll start it up like this. The Westboro Baptist Church sucks at life. There are reasons for all of us to put aside our differences, come together for the good of mankind. This place is horrible. Coined by the Southern Poverty Law Center as the most obnoxious and a rabid hate group in America.
Wow.
It's rough.
Good for them, I guess.
Now, in 2005, Westboro Baptist Church began picketing the funerals of American soldiers killed in Iraq and Afghanistan over the belief that God is punishing America for its tolerance of homosexuality. In 2010, when twin girls from Massachusetts drowned in separate incidences, the Westboro Baptist Church blamed their deaths on the state's 2004 legalization of same-sex marriage.
So they're anti-same-sex marriage. They don't like homosexuality. They picket soldiers' funerals, probably other people's funerals that we don't even know. And then they don't really have, we can't do anything about it. Like, we can't stop them from being them. This is America. Everyone has their own opinion. But these people suck on a level of suck that we didn't know was obtainable until they really came around.
That's true. Dave Grohl and the Foo Fighters not a fan of the Westboro Baptist Church. They've protested them in the past, or I guess they just kind of gave them a hard time back in 2015. Well, on Thursday, the group was in Kansas, Westboro Baptist Church also in Kansas, and the Foo Fighters came rolling through their protest dressed up as their alter ego, the disco group, the DGs.
I got something to say. Because you know what? I love you. I do. The way I look at it is I love everybody. Isn't that what you're supposed to do? Can't you just love everybody? Because I think it's about love. That's what I think. I think we're all about love. And you shouldn't be hating. You know what y'all should be doing? You should be dancing. 1, 2, you know what to do, go!
And then you just kind of drove off in a trailer full of Foo Fighters.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome. Now, the Dave Grohl and the Foo Fighters, they've done this before. In 2015, they rolled through Kansas, messing with them on that roll through of Kansas as well. So the Foo Fighters, I won't say they hate the Westboro Baptist Church. I will say they disagree with their views, and they're willing to come face to face with them and talk about it and or roll through them while playing music. So good on Dave Grohl for making sure they knew how much he loved them.
All right, coming up next, we have got 4 things. Does your boss know what they're doing? Just 4 simple questions you can ask to see if, they're up on things. So we're going to put A-Dub to the test. We're going to find out if our boss knows what he's doing. We may be fired, and it's coming up next. Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1.
So Charles on the chat, we were talking about Halloween. He goes, my kids are too old to trick or treat. Now I say, get off my lawn. And he goes, we go to bed too early to stay awake. And he goes, you skin a deer in the driveway and kids get scared. Kids need to toughen up.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think you get the cops called on you if you strung up a deer in the front of your house, start skinning it. It's usually an inside or backyard activity.
Let's get rid of
So over the weekend was the NFL Hall of Fame. And obviously, we got a story about it, about joints and stuff. We'll get to that later. But Peyton Manning, man, everyone has a bust done that goes into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
And Peyton Manning's induction ceremony was on Sunday. And online on Twitter, I was seeing all the people, like all the NFL players and their busts and everything.
Right.
Peyton Manning, they were first and foremost, they were very generous too, because they cut a good inch off his forehead.
Okay.
One of the most well-known, largest foreheads in football. But Peyton Manning's bust, I don't know if you saw a picture of it. Google it when you get a chance. And I'll drop a link into the chat so you guys can check it out. He is the angriest version of Peyton Manning I've ever seen. Like, he just looks upset, like someone farted in his general direction.
Oh, yeah.
But it was so funny, and of course, Twitter was absolutely loving it last night.
If you're Peyton Manning, you're like, can I get a redo on this, guys?
So when it comes to the bus, if you're obviously still alive, they actually sit you down.
Really?
They will do a bust of you at that time.
I mean, he's got like a weird, I mean, his brow is weird.
Yeah, it's down into, I don't know. I don't quite know how to explain it, but what I'll do is I'll drop it into the chat just in case you guys haven't seen the Peyton Manning bust. I just dropped the link. He's got an aggressively angry look to his bust. I don't know how else to explain it, but it's pretty funny.
It's like he's it's like he's really trying hard to concentrate on something.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's bizarre.
Just
that's
taking
weird.
a shit or something.
Yes, there you go.
Oh, yeah, that came out over the weekend as well, Wanda. Wanda just brought up Bobby Bowden. He passed away.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, we talked about that a few weeks ago. I think it was that TMZ story that we were talking about. Bobby Bowden, he had like bad stuff. I think it was like stage 4 something to the effect. And yeah, he passed away over the weekend. Savannah Bananas won championship over the weekend as well. Congrats to those guys. Our buddy Shark, who is the announcer for the team, sounds like he retired from announcing for the team again for the second time.
I think this was his final season.
Gotcha.
I mean, I think he's going to be involved in some way, but he lives down in the Brunswick area.
Yeah.
So the drive back and forth for all the games is a little bit of a pain in the ass, which legit. So I do believe he is done announcing.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, pancreatic cancer. That's what Bobby Bowden had. Yeah, rough. Yeah, but overall, I mean, it was a really nice weekend. Man, the weather on Saturday night, I was just sitting out on this patio Saturday night. The weather was perfect.
Yeah, this weekend, I mean, it was just great weather. It was really nice.
It was perfect patio weather this past weekend. That's for sure. All right, guys, we have our call-in segment coming up here in about 20 minutes. If you feel like making the jump early on it, feel free to do so. It's what's something that you told your significant other, past or present, that you probably shouldn't have, or what's something they told you that you have rather not heard about. So go ahead and let us know. If you can think of a story, feel free to share it into the chat. If not, we got a phone number. Call us up, 1-800-394-1061. Once again, the question, what's something that you told your significant other that you probably shouldn't have, or what's something that you wish you hadn't heard from them? So go ahead and feel free to share that. Got some great stories coming up here at top the 7 o'clock hour.
All right, got latest from the Foo Fighters, and then we'll get back at it. Tunes Making a Fire. Speaking of just, football stuff, our sister station, Rewind 107.9, going to carry the Jacksonville Jaguars all season long. First preseason game is this Saturday at 7, taking on the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah, and the Jag, I mean, hopefully, I think we got some tickets and stuff that will be given away over at Rewind 107.9 if you're a Jags fan, which I know we do have a couple on the chat that join us every single day. But, you'll have an opportunity to win some tickets to actually go down. I think we'll eventually make our way to go down and see a game, too.
Yeah, this is a much better deal than we had with a previous NFL team.
The Carolina Panthers?
That one.
Yeah.
So we have tickets for, I think, every game. to give away or to use his staff. And the Daly's place is attached, to the stadium, owned by the Jags, do all kinds of great shows. Sounds like we're going to get tickets to those shows to give away as well.
Yeah, hopefully I'll have a call actually with the folks over at Daily Place and get some stuff for us. It'll be really nice.
So this is actually a really good partnership with the Jags. Very excited about it.
Holly says, "How was your adult dinner? It was very good. I did not get the meatloaf, but the guy that we were with actually got the meatloaf."
Okay.
I asked, I go, "How is the meatloaf?" He goes, "It was good, not great." So I don't know.
You made the right call.
I think I was pretty happy with just getting the Allure burger for $16. The meatloaf, like $28.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I went the right way with that.
Yeah. Went with I can never remember the name, but the burger at Green Truck that's got the cheese on it. Pimento cheese on it.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's a pimento cheeseburger.
Yeah, it
sounds great.
It's the best. It's weird because we got there and you can eat inside, but everything is pretty much you order right at the bar. Staff comes out and brings you your food. That's really the only interaction you have with wait staff at Green Truck.
Oh, really?
And then they ask that you just take your stuff, kind of bust your own table. So did that, and it was good. I mean, there's people sitting outside. They have an outside area now in their parking lot, like with the tent.
Right.
When we got there, I don't know, 6:30. There was nobody inside, so just sat down inside, had a great dinner. It was awesome. I think we're going to go to the beach tomorrow, just so Ella has one more time out to the beach, and I think we're going to hit up Huckapoo's for dinner tomorrow.
Cool.
Always nice.
Yeah, Tara, but I think Peyton Manning, 100%, he's guaranteed Hall of Famer. I mean, when he came into the league, just his last name was probably going to mean he was going to make the Hall of Fame. He goes, I just think he was inducted too early. I don't know. There's the 5-year rule. Like it's like hard to believe Peyton Manning has been playing football for 4 or 5 years. 5 years, I think. No, I think him being a first ballot Hall of Famer is 100% well deserved. Who I really like feel badly for are the guys who like wait years and years. I mean, there was some guy who waited like, was it this draft class or last one? He waited like 20 years to like finally make the Hall of Fame.
I don't get the reasoning behind Hall of Fame inductions. It's like, why 1 year they're deserving and 1 year they're not? I don't understand that mentality.
Yeah, it's mostly just based on the journalists who kind of decide that they vote on the people who join the Hall of Fame each year, which is stupid because like once they get the opportunity to vote, they like never lose their opportunity to vote. So there's guys who aren't even like attached to any sort of media who are still voting for the NFL Hall of Fame each and every year.
I want to say that, and we got a break here, but I want to say the PGA or the LPGA is like the only sporting league that has set things to get you into the Hall of Fame, which kind of makes sense. All right, guys, be right back. Does our boss A-Dub know what he's doing? We're going to find out here in just a couple seconds. Don't forget, hop on the stream, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Hang out with the Horde each and every morning. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe as well. So I came across something, and it was basically 4 questions that you can ask yourself to find out if your boss knows what they're doing. So I figured, you know what? We just had to go through our reviews within the past couple months. So this is kind of not really a review, but just checking in on A-Dub. Making sure he knows what he's doing.
Yeah, so let's kick it off real quick. Number 1, no one in the office is ever brutally honest with them. A good boss creates an atmosphere where you can tell them what you think about something without feeling like you'll get yelled at. Obviously, you shouldn't challenge them constantly, but if you can't be honest, it kills your morale.
I have never seen anybody on the face of this planet be more brutally honest with the boss than I've seen you.
Oh, me?
Brutally honest with A-Dub.
What are you talking about? I mean, I can't think of one example, Cotter, where I've been brutally honest with our boss.
I would say every Wednesday meeting, there's a quick, at least one or two segments where you're brutally honest with A-Dub.
I've never hurt my boss's feelings like the time I told our boss, A-Dub, that he voiced a commercial where he was like, it was like a recruitment ad. I think it was like, hey, come work for DBC. But he sounded like a robot. And I told him how bad it sounded, but I did it in front of everybody. And he was honestly very butthurt that I did that. And for weeks afterwards, he told me how upset he was at me for that.
But I mean, he passes this one. I mean, he does. You're brutally honest with him. And I've seen other people be honest with him.
Yeah.
Just not maybe at your level.
No, I mean, I feel like Aaron and I have a very special relationship.
You guys
do that.
You guys have something special that I don't know what it is.
We're guys being dudes. You know, we could break each other's balls, and sometimes we just do it in front of a large amount of people.
All right, so he's 1 for 1.
Yeah.
Number 2, no one knows how they'll react to bad news. If they're nice 1 minute, then a jerk the next, they probably don't understand that everyone in the office feeds off their energy. An inconsistent attitude tends to make people anxious and timid, which makes them less productive. And in a recent poll, 1 in 4 people say their boss had actually damaged their self-esteem.
Oh.
I've talked about this before. Our previous boss wrecked me in so many ways. I didn't know it was humanly possible. I mean, I know I'm a grown-ass man. I take my own responsibility for it, but the previous administration played a big part in me not feeling like me for a while there. So, I would say A-Dub, like any other person.
Oh, I know how he'll react to bad news, poorly, just like the rest of us. Absolutely. What? So, I mean, his emotions and his the way he reacts to things, I think are right on.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on the level of the bad news. If it's really up there, he's going to react worse. If it's not as bad, he'll be a little bit more chill.
He appropriately reacts to stuff. I will 100% say that.
He's 2 for 2. Does A-Dub know what he's doing?
I don't know.
All right, number 3, they never reward their employees.
I haven't been rewarded. I have not been rewarded. So yeah, he fails this one.
He never been rewarded?
I don't think so. When's the last time he bought us lunch? Think about that for a minute.
I've never been able to pay for food when going out to lunch and or dinner with that guy.
Okay.
He doesn't allow it.
I don't even try.
I've tried multiple times. It's a no-go. So, I mean, I would say, yes, there is some rewards there.
He hasn't taken us out to lunch in a long time, so I'm going to say he failed that one. Okay, 2 for 3.
You can't be perfect.
Number 4 on the list, once again, this is the list of if a boss is essentially good or not. They know all the office gossip when it comes to the radio station. There's like 4 people that work here. I don't think he knows any of it.
No, I would say he definitely doesn't know all the office gossip.
Yeah.
So
he's 3 for 4. I'm going to give A-Dub a solid boss rating of a B-.
He gets a passing grade.
Yeah, he's a B- guy.
Who knew going into this bit that we'd come out saying A-Dub knows what he's doing?
Yeah, our boss. And we're going to say that no matter what. We actually told each other not to screw up this bit.
Is that enough sucking?
Yeah, no, I think that's like B-. We don't go A+.
No, you can't do that. You got to always have room for improvement.
Yeah, we don't want everyone to be like, oh, those guys are big-time suck-ups. But it'd be nice if he bought us lunch.
Yeah, I'd be down for that.
Today would be great.
All right, coming up after 7 o'clock, going to take your calls, comments, and text, 800-394-1061. What's something that you told your significant other, past or present, that you probably shouldn't have? Or reverse, what's something you heard from a significant other that you never wanted to hear? I had an ex-girlfriend tell me something that I did not expect and never needed to know. We'll tell you what that is coming up after 7 o'clock. Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 1061.
All right, guys, thanks for joining the chat once again. Here in about 10 minutes or so, want to know your thoughts, your stories. Like Cotter said, what's something that you told your significant other that you probably shouldn't have, whether it be past or present significant others, or what's something that you'd rather just not hear that's your significant other told you. So feel free to drop your stories into the chat, or you can text them to us, or you can call in right now, 1-800-394-1061. If you got a great story, we would love to hear it. Just go ahead and give us a call.
On the chat, talking about A-Dub and the honesty. Tony, shitter splitter honesty.
Yeah.
That's true. All right, so if you got any stories, please share. I had several short, quick things from Facebook.
Cool.
Nothing too epic.
I've got one myself. I know you have one, so let's see how we go on the stream here. Once again, guys, if you have any stories, feel free to share them. Sean, good morning. Thanks for joining the show. What's something that you told your significant other that you probably shouldn't have? Or what's something that your significant other has told you that you wish you never heard? So feel free to drop your stories into the chat. Pretty pleased with sugar on top, and we'll share them top the 7 o'clock hour. So we'll talk about the Olympics here in a little while. I think it's somewhere, top the 8 o'clock hour. But I just want to say congratulations to the U.S. and FNA for slaying the Olympics barely. When it came to medal counts, we beat China by 1 total gold medal.
That's gold. Total medals, we dominated.
Well, exactly. I was going to get to that.
Okay,
so
sorry.
39 gold medals to China's 38. Beat them by 1. But you know what? We won. Go America. But yeah, we killed everyone in total medals. We had 113 total medals for the Olympics. China had 88. Japan had 58. That's your top 3. So we beat them somewhere around 30-ish medals. Not great with math. 30-ish medals. Actually, I think it's 25 technically. 25 medals that we beat China. Total amount. And we beat them by gold by 1. We took silver by 9, and then we took bronze by 15. But good for us, man. America. Hell yeah.
I don't know if you heard. I don't know if you... Marky Post, you familiar with her? You hear she passed away? Marky Post, ever heard the show Night Court?
Yeah.
Oh, and she also played... she was on Scrubs. She played Elliot's mom on Scrubs. She passed away. She passed away. Was battling cancer for like 4 years.
Oh, jeez.
Passed away at 70 over the weekend. She was the mom of Something About Mary. I forgot about that. Awesome. She was a great actress. Great on Scrubs. Great on Night Court. She passed away over the weekend. That sucks.
Yeah, I didn't watch Night Court. I think that was before my time.
Probably before your time.
Once again, guys, topic today, what's something that you told your significant other, past or present, that you probably shouldn't have? Or what's something that they told you that you wish you never heard? Feel free to drop your stories into the chat. Wanda's story is just more advice, and I like it. So thank you for dropping that in. We'll share it here in a little while. Charles, you're drawing a blank. Grab a cup of coffee. Chug it. Get back to us, buddy.
There's this guy named Donald Gorski. He's held the Guinness World Record for the most Big Macs eaten since 1999.
Oh, I think I've heard of this guy before.
Still at it. The record's been updated.
He's been eating like one a day, right?
Well,
one a day?
He started back in 1972. He has averaged 2 a day ever since. Although at the beginning, he was eating 9 a day.
Jesus Christ.
He's eaten 32,340 Big Macs. Donald's wife, who is a nurse practitioner, says his diet is nutritionally deficient. But she adds that his doctors say he's in pretty good health with exceptionally low cholesterol. Donald keeps himself in shape by staying active, walking 6 miles a day.
Yeah, that'll do it right there. Jesus Christ, man. Good for him.
He also skips adding fries to his meal.
I was about to ask. That was the next question. Was like, does he do the fries, though?
He says also usually skips fries. So just it doesn't do it all the time. But 32,000 Big Macs.
So on Friday after the show, I went to... I had to run a couple errands, and then I ran to the house. My wife had the day off. So just for brownie points, I went and got Burger King for lunch. And if I haven't said this already, not a fan of Burger King.
Yeah.
Do not like their food. I actually got something that wasn't the worst meal ever at Burger King. I just got like a spicy chicken sandwich just to see if it was good.
Yeah.
And it wasn't the worst. So kudos to Burger King for not having the worst food ever.
I say you really have to try hard to screw up a chicken sandwich.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's like even like vegetarian chicken sandwiches are good for the most part. You really have to try hard.
I don't know.
To screw up.
But the place is called Burger King, and I got a chicken sandwich.
No, I get that. I mean, I
was asking for it.
Wendy's chicken sandwiches are fantastic. I'll get those all day long.
Yeah. I just I feel like it's every time I go to Burger King, it's just I hate their burgers. That grilled flame broiled thing. People love that stuff, dude. I just feel like they just squirt like that taste on the burgers. It just feels like chemically gross.
Well, keep squirting then.
Ugh.
Keep squirting.
Gross.
Favorite fast food burger.
Really?
Yeah.
Mm.
I mean, I don't count Five Guys and stuff like that as fast
I was going to say, give me Five Guys.
No,
over that.
Five Guys, yes, 100%. But I a typical fast food, which Five Guys isn't that. But Burger King, I love me a Whopper.
Speaking of hating yourself, go to Five Guys.
I know. Right?
The best ever hangover food is the Five Guys like fully meal, like the soda, fries, and burger.
Right.
But Jesus, I mean, that's a burger that you eat and then you sleep for a while because you die a little bit. Locally here, Tony. Tony's like, what a burger. And I'm like, yeah.
No, Whataburger, I love.
All right, guys. Once again, jumping into our topic of the day. What's something that you've told your significant other, past or present, that you probably shouldn't have? What's something they told you that you wish you never heard? Feel free to drop those stories into the chat or go ahead and give us a call, 1-800-394-1061.
See, I got two. They're from the same girlfriend. I think we've talked kind of about this stuff before. One of them was, I'm glad that, I eventually heard that news. And the other one was just really weird. Really weird. Salsa Mark hit us up on that. Yeah.
Oh, cool. I've only got the one as of right now.
Okay.
So if you want me to, I'll steal salsas if you want to just keep your 5.
That's fine.
Let me chime into
check for grammar.
Right.
All right, I got Beck Loser coming up, 3 Days Grace, Animal I Have Become. Then we'll get into our call, comment, and text segment. It is Big Money Monday. You guys can drop us your text for that. It never fails. Always get at least one person who can't follow the rules. Number 1 through 9, Jenna picks 17.
I love it.
17. Very specific.
Hey. How about this? I'm going to roll for Jenna right now. If it hits 17, we'll just give it to her. 49, Jenna. Sorry.
Sorry.
See, look, we're going to do 2 Big Money Mondays.
There you go. There you go.
You're welcome, Jenna.
Speaking of McDonald's, another story. There's a woman suing McDonald's.
Why?
Russian woman couldn't make it through Lent, and now she's suing McDonald's because their burger ads were too tempting.
Oh.
She's an Orthodox Christian and says that in April of 2019, she made it most of the way through Lent, but then saw a McDonald's ad and couldn't help herself. Said she immediately went to McDonald's, got a cheeseburger. She's claiming a violation of the consumer protection law and wants the court to investigate. She wants McDonald's to compensate for her moral damage.
How much? Does it say how much you want?
1,000 rubles, which is about $14.
You know what? Just give it to her. At that point, just give it to her.
Yeah.
Throw her 20. None. Screw it. Throw her a gift card.
There you go.
She obviously loves the product.
Yep.
Yeah.
We'll come back.
Will she do a commercial like I broke Lent because I love your advertising was too good. Lane says I can't think of anything surprisingly. Maybe you just block the traumatic stuff.
I get that.
It doesn't even need to be traumatic stuff. It could just be something just absolutely off the wall that maybe you said. This one took me all of 10 seconds to think of.
Yeah, this one is easy. With my actual wife, there's nothing that I can think of.
Oh, there's tons of stuff I could think of, but nothing I would say on the radio.
Yeah, there's nothing. This is an ex-girlfriend stuff that they told me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I couldn't think of anything with the wife. Nothing that I regretted.
Did you hear that there's another variant strand of COVID-19?
No.
Dude, this one sounds way cooler. It's the Lambda COVID variant.
Okay, yeah, they go with the Greek alphabet, or I think it's the Greek.
Yeah,
alphabet.
they just had their first case in China. So like, this is sick. I'm excited to get it. Not specifically, like I'm excited for like America because we do it way better. It's
Lambda variant.
Like once we get it, like over in America, like everyone's gonna get it. It'll finally be popular. So pretty excited about it.
Let's see. The way they word stuff. What experts are learning about Lambda, a coronavirus variant of interest. Coronavirus infections caused by the Lambda variant have been emerging in the United States, including Texas. Awesome.
Let's see.
All right, got about 90 seconds. All right, so what do you want to do? Do you want I can tell mine? You want to tell yours?
Go ahead and start off with yours.
Okay.
I will. Oh, nice. Start off with yours.
Okay.
And I'll do salsa marks.
Okay.
And then come back do a short one, and then we'll go to break.
Okay.
See if we can get some reaction from it. If not, we'll just wrap up with the rest, my story, and the rest on the second break.
Okay.
And the third break, we could talk about the pricing we'll do for trivia. We can go into concerts. We can go into any of that.
Sounds good. It is effing hot in here, man.
Yeah, I feel like the air's not working today here in the studio.
I cranked it down to 72.
It's blowing. You can tell up there. Little Post-it note stuck to the ceiling.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sweating.
I'm definitely not doing that. But it is warm in here.
All right, guys. We'll be right back. We're taking your calls, comments, and texts today. 800-394-1061. What's something that you told your significant other, past or present, that you probably shouldn't have? Or in reverse, what's something that they told you that you would rather not have heard? Now, I was trying to think, really don't have anything between the wife and I, but I did have an...
Oh, you got something. You're just repressing it.
Maybe.
100%.
But I had something that an ex-girlfriend told me that really weirded me out. It went from, "Ooh, I'm interested," to "This is weird."
Okay.
So she told me, and we were dating, I don't know, a couple months. She told me that she had a threesome in the past. And it was her, another girl, and a guy. And I'm like, oh, interesting. I'm 19, 20 years old. Threesome could be in my future. Okay. I'm listening. Tell me more. I really wish she wouldn't have told me more.
Uh-huh.
Come to find out, the threesome was with her cousin.
Right.
Which was the female.
Well, you got to keep it in the family.
And her cousin's boyfriend.
Right. Is he also a cousin?
I don't think so. At least it didn't sound like it.
Did you break down this family tree? Did you really look into this, Cotter?
But I mean, I don't know. It's like threesome. All right, cool. The fact that it was with your cousin, really weird to me.
Yeah.
I mean, I really didn't know what to think after she told me that information.
So, I mean, as a guy, obviously, whenever we hear the word threesome, we're like, okay, I'm interested.
Right.
And then when you found out these details, like, did you just shut up and not talk about it?
I just sat there like, I'm trying to process this. I couldn't process this.
And I mean, she obviously saw the dumbfounded look on your face. Well, I would hope that she would recognize that, or that's just the regular look on your face.
It's just the regular look. She didn't know.
It's just mostly dumbfounded.
I don't remember where the conversation, went after that, but I just remember, I was like, oh, I just wanted to tell you, in the past I had a threesome, and I'm like, oh.
Never came up again, though?
Never was.
Well, she was the added party to the threesome because it was her cousin's boyfriend.
It's true, but yeah. I don't know. I was just like, It was really a mood killer when she was like, oh, by the way, a third of that party I was related to.
Yeah, well, I mean, Salsa Mark can definitely relate because he has a story for us coming up here in just a moment. Once again, we're asking you guys, what's something that you told your significant other, past or present, you probably shouldn't have? Or what's something that they told you that you wish you never, ever heard? Now, Salsa Mark chimed in via the text cotter. He goes, morning, guys. Salsa Mark, back in the Keys. Before I met my wife, I had a girlfriend that told me one day that she was bisexual.
Okay.
And she liked girls a little more than guys, and that caught me off guard. But I thought to myself, well, wouldn't that be cool? Wouldn't that be cool? But the thing was, when I was going to work, she would steal my car to go hang out with her girlfriend.
Oh.
Obviously, things did not work out for Salsa Mark.
No, I just sounds like she was way more into the ladies.
How did she steal your car that many times? I mean, that's actually that's impressive. Like, I'm not even mad at her. She told you the truth, then she stole your car.
That's true.
Yeah.
Wanda hit us up on Facebook, a real quick one. This is something she told her ex. You're the best lover I have ever had. He couldn't find his way out of a wet paper bag.
Those are just lies. Those are hurtful, Wanda. You didn't. That's the reason why he's an ex.
At least the paper bag got wet.
Oh, I see what you did there.
Okay. Call, comment, and text 800-394-1061 with something you told your significant other, past or present, you probably shouldn't have, or what's something you heard from a significant other that you never wanted to know. Call us now, 800-394-1061. More of your stories up next. Here's Evanescence. It's Better Without You. Rock 1061.
David says, I guess it's okay unless you get your cousin pregnant. I guess that's okay unless you get pregnant from your cousin.
Now, they were female cousins, so there wasn't going to be any knocking up, cousin. It wasn't any incestual threesome babies. It's
what you know about, man?
Such a weird. Why share that? Keep that to yourself. Never needed to know that. This is the same one that later said she had the STD. So all kinds of great information coming from this one.
Exactly. Once again, guys, on the chat, you've been very quiet this morning, and I'm worried about all of your safety on a Monday, at least. What's something that you told your significant other, past or present, that you probably shouldn't have? Or what's something that they told you that you wish you never heard? Feel free to drop in your stories here on the chat. We'll share them in just a moment. Also, it's Big Money Monday coming up here in about half an hour or so. So if you haven't already, make sure to text us in your first name and a number between 1 and 9, and then we'll roll for one person coming up here right around 7:30, 7:40-ish.
Of course, going to talk Suicide Squad before the end of the hour as well.
The Suicide Squad.
The Suicide Squad.
Much different
That
from
is correct.
Suicide Squad.
I will say it was way better than Suicide Squad.
It is the superior squad.
It is.
It is by far the superior squad. It wouldn't take much to be better, but
No, it wouldn't.
So I'm sure we're going to talk about concerts here in just a little bit. I don't know if you heard, but yesterday they announced the cancellation of Jazz Fest in New Orleans.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They said due to rising cases of COVID-19 in Louisiana, that led to cancellation of the second year running of the Jazz Fest.
I think because of the increase we're seeing in things, I think you're going to start to see shows and festivals get canceled again. I hate to say it, guys. I think it's going to be a thing.
Well, it's interesting. I mean, this one's not until October. I mean, I guess, let's see. I don't know the exact dates of what that show was, but I mean, it's 2 months away and they decided to do it. So I don't know if that was like a local thing or not.
Yeah.
So Louisiana broke its own record for COVID-19 related hospitalizations on multiple days last week with 2,400 hospitalized with the virus on Friday. The same day it reported 6,000 new cases, according to the CDC. So that's like the entirety, I'm guessing, of the United States just on Friday. So, yeah, that's a whole lot of folks.
I mean, I get festivals canceling now, giving themselves just enough time to where it's only kind of a logistical nightmare instead of, a week out where it's really going to be a pain in the ass. So I get it.
Yeah, so they moved it to April of next year.
Okay. All right, guys, be right back. Good morning. Thank you for hanging out on air and on the stream. Cotter and Marshall Show. Taking your calls, comments, and text, 800-394-1061. What's something that you told your significant other, past or present, that you probably shouldn't have? Or what's something they told you that you never wanted to hear?
So I've got a story, and obviously I've got some. I thought of a bunch of stories because I say dumb stuff all the time, Cotter, constantly. It's kind of my superpower, I think, at this point. But I was actually thinking about this, and I had a girlfriend back in the day, and actually I wouldn't even call her a girlfriend. But I had a very awkward moment with her.
Okay.
I think we both realized a couple things when I started talking. So it was around Christmas time, right? And we're both sitting down. I was renting a room in this house. We're sitting down in the living room. We're watching television. I don't remember what we're watching. And then out of her purse came a Christmas present. And it was the size of like a DVD, and it turned out to be season 2 of Family Guy on DVD.
Okay.
She said, "Merry Christmas, Marshall." And I looked over and I said, "Yeah, I didn't get you anything because I just thought we were like a friends with benefits thing. We're just kind of hanging out." And something I probably shouldn't have said out loud because I think she slapped me and walked out. I think that was kind of what happened for the most part. I mean, it was years, almost decades ago, I would say, singular decades ago. But yeah, don't worry, she came back. But
did you get to keep the DVD or she?
Oh yeah, I totally kept the DVD. I actually no, I think I got rid of it at this point. But yeah, I got. I mean, a Family Guy season 2 on DVD. Just the nicest, thing. Was never nice to her. Was always like I was that guy.
Yeah.
And like once again, we were never boyfriend girlfriend. We would call each other at certain times of the day. We would do things, and then we would leave each other's presence.
Right.
We just had to be hanging out in that one instance. We were watching TV. I think it was it should have been pre-fun time, and then I didn't get any fun time because, of stupid stuff I've said. And I've said many things. That's just the one that probably turned out the worst for me.
She obviously thought there was something more there.
There wasn't. I didn't, she wasn't on my level at that point.
Okay.
Let's just say.
Fair enough.
We'll leave it there. She's a nice girl.
Lindsay hit us up on Facebook. I know more than any one person should ever know about my husband's exploits with ex-girlfriends, but here we are.
That's it?
That's it.
That's all she
It's just a crying smiley face emoji afterwards.
On the stream, Wanda said, and this is more advice more than a story. She goes, don't tell your partner you got off when you really didn't. You're only screwing yourself out of some awesome endorphins. Oof. Plus, she goes, it's misleading to your partner.
So don't fake it. That's what she's saying.
Don't fake it at all.
All right. So Donald, just 5 words. Your sister does it better.
What?
Your sister does it better. I'm guessing that was the end of said relationship.
Yeah.
I would like more context. How was the reaction after that?
Right.
You got slapped. I'm guessing probably was worse for Donald.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't trust a guy named Donald.
Also heard from Matt. I'm leaving you for a guy I met on eHarmony and moving to Kentucky.
Oh, no, Matt.
While I was in jail for a burglary I didn't do.
Oh, well, I mean, it's easy to leave you when you literally can't get out of the room you're in. It's so easy.
All right, you can call, comment, and text 800-394-1061. What's something you told your significant other, past or present, that you probably shouldn't have? Or it's something you heard from them that you never wanted to know. It is the Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 1061. All right.
So we're going into commercials, guys. Sorry, going back to the New Orleans Jazz Fest thing real quick. So I mean, that was a big show. The Foo Fighters, the Rolling Stones, Lizzo, Dead and Company, they were all supposed to play. And I guess this October date was like a revised date. I thought they always did it in like fall, but I guess they actually do it late April, early May.
Okay.
Like, kind of the same timeline that Welcome to Rockville was essentially on.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, they've essentially canceled this year's show, and they'll be, rebooking it. I don't know with who, with what artists, maybe the same ones. But they'll be rebooking it and doing it on their general traditional timeline of April and May of next year. So it's kind of crazy. Jazz Fest is a huge festival.
Yeah, I just have a bad feeling, man. I think we're going to start seeing a lot of this because I think people are just going to be looking ahead, wanting to make it logistically easier for everybody involved. So I would not be surprised if more shows end up getting canceled. I mean, I'm was planning to head down to ACL. I wouldn't be surprised if that got canceled.
I think all the Florida shows are fine. I just do.
Oh yeah, no,
I think all of the Florida festivals, like Welcome to Rockville and stuff, I think they're 100% fine.
Yeah, that definitely probably will not be a state issued mandate to cancel. That would just be their own wanting to be careful. But yeah, I don't know, man. This sucks. It sucks.
Yeah, according to this data right here in the story, 37.4% of Louisiana's population is fully vaccinated against COVID-19.
Yeah.
And then they reinstalled a mask mandate on August 2nd. So it's just not good old Savannah who's throwing down the mask mandates, guys.
I mean, some of the numbers you're looking at are higher than we were at our highest peaks, early. So it's like we're hitting some pretty big numbers again, but I don't know, man.
Awesome.
Yeah. I get it.
So on the chat, Tony said, not me or a significant other, but I had previously work acquaintance that shared way too much. I think the one that still disturbs me is the tale of the tale. She complained about having to clean her apartment from secretion stains after a lot of backdoor play. Apparently, things were loose and may have dribbled to the floor upon standing up. I could only give stain removal advice and walked away. Things you should never know about your acquaintances. It's weird they shared that with you.
They are way too.
There's some oversharers. And I know this because, Cotter, I was watching The Sopranos last night.
Right?
And Uncle Junior apparently is very good at going downtown.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that?
Remember this?
Episode 9, I think, of season 1.
Yep.
Uncle Junior, apparently fantastic at going down, but he doesn't want to be known for it. Uncle Junior thinks that correlates to somehow some gay stuff, apparently.
Yeah. It's a weird thing that they all believe.
But yeah, it's Uncle Junior, Sopranos does not want to be known for one of the skills I think you want to be known for, at least in this day and age.
I would think
he did not want to be known for that in the Sopranos. So, sometimes you got to leave that business out of conversation.
Yeah.
Or you get a lemon meringue pie shoved in your face.
Forgot about that whole little plot point.
I'm just watching The Sopranos for the first time. It's been out for 20 years. It's so good. I'm loving it.
It is really good.
I just got done with the episode of Christopher. Christopher and his girlfriend were trying to get a band up and going.
Okay.
Yeah. And she just left them.
I just want to see Steven Van Zandt in more things. He's going to play the same character in all of them, and I'm okay with that.
Oh, yeah?
I just want him in more things.
So it's so weird. So I mentioned on the chat I'm watching The Sopranos. So our buddy Phil's watching it the exact same time. He just chimed in. He goes, laugh my ass off. We watched that episode last night too when he smushed that pie in her face. It was awesome. And then he walked outside. He almost cried. He's like, ah! And then he just ran away. It's so stupid. I loved it. I'm loving my first watch of The Sopranos, guys.
Yeah, it's good.
So stupid. Yeah, we ran through like 4 episodes last night. We watched quite a bit. Yeah, maybe not 4, like 3 maybe.
Yeah. How long are they? I mean, it just depends. They're not all like 45 minutes. Is it very?
No, I think they're like the 50 minute mark. Yeah. They're great. And as a man child, so they they run the show like the mob boss central is like the strip club, Bada Bings.
Yeah.
Which I just noticed for the very first time. There's a sign on that show that says Bada Bings, but like the bees have nipples on them.
Oh yeah.
Which made me laugh out loud. I just got it last night. But every time, as a grown man, every time they show the strip club on The Sopranos, I just yell out, titties. Titties. Just in case my wife's in the kitchen or something. I'm like, bang! You see these? Yeah, I do that.
That's fair.
Still hilarious. Still great. Yeah, I'm loving my first watch of The Sopranos. Probably my only watch. Unless I find it to be Breaking Bad good. But I don't know if I'll ever find anything that's Breaking Bad good.
And I don't think we've finished the whole last season of The Sopranos. I wouldn't say it's definitely not Breaking Bad good, because it hits a few seasons I remember that was just kind of like, this felt more like a slog.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I mean, I want to say they go to Italy for a little bit, and that was not my favorite stuff. And it was just like, it felt like there was a jump, and I don't remember exactly. It felt like there was maybe a jump in time or a jump in story that it was just kind of all of a sudden, new people are here, and they're like, why are there new people?
Right.
So.
Phil goes, I swear I'm going to have an accent after watching the show. Possibly. I just literally can't stop saying Christopher. Oh, man, yeah. Anyway, coming up on this break, Cotter, do you just want to do, what do you want to do here?
Let's do concerts.
Okay.
In hopes that they're happening. And I realized this weekend, I'm going to be 0 for 3 or 0 for 4 on my viewing of Fozzy and Chris Jericho.
Why is that?
That's the weekend I'm in Austin.
Oh, okay.
So once again, missing Fozzy.
Mm.
It's not meant to be, man. It's just not meant to be.
Well, off city limits, they run 2 weekends.
The first weekend is our Hamilton tickets.
Oh, okay.
And damn it, I'm going, no, because the pandemic prevented again. I'm going to see Hamilton.
What? Just watch it on Disney Plus.
We did, but we're going to see it live. Or I would have gone the first weekend. But yeah, that's our Hamilton tickets are the 3rd of October. It'll just be me and the wife now because both the kids will be in school.
Way to go, COVID.
I know, man. I know. Bummed.
All right, about a minute and a half before we jump back on the air here. Going to talk about some of the concerts that are coming here to the area. September is a big month with a bunch of shows, so exciting stuff to go check out in the month of September for sure.
So I woke up this morning, my left side of my back is just sore.
Did you play football too? Two-hand touch football?
I did not play two-hand touch football.
What happened? Did you just get out of bed?
Probably.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but it's just sore.
Charles says, I know how you feel, Cotter. Missed Testament of Welcome to Rockville due to the rain. Then they canceled the stage on Bay. I have tickets to see them in Atlanta, but rumors already they're going to postpone.
Yeah.
Oh, Tony, thank you so much for reminding us. Tony says, has he started running? That's a great question, Cotter.
I did run yesterday.
Come on.
No, I did.
Did you do it mostly because you knew we were going to talk about it today?
Maybe, but I ran. That was the whole point of talking about it. I went out, got 20 seconds. I went out and tried to run with my dog.
It's all that lactic acid in your body, man.
And tried to run with my dog. He did not want any of that. We got about a half a mile. Took him back home, went back out and did 2 miles.
Okay. Look you.
Be right back. Good morning. Thank you for hanging out. Cotter and Marshall Show. So 2021, fingers crossed. Mm-hmm. Fingers crossed. The year of the live concert in the Low Country and Coastal Empire. We say fingers crossed now because you've got all kinds of variants of COVID-19. Jazz Fest in New Orleans getting canceled or postponed again. So, kind of wondering if we'll see more of that. But as of now, the lineup here in Savannah is utterly stellar.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to state that we won't cancel anything. I don't think we'll cancel anything. So I think we're set, at least for these shows.
Yeah.
So coming up on August 23rd, Pop Evil is coming to Victory North. I'm really excited about that show. I've had a bunch of people this past weekend just hit me up. Like, hey, do you got tickets to that? I'm like, absolutely you do. Absolutely I do. You could win them, but I'm not going to just hook you up with them. But let's talk about September, Cotter, because we have a ton of great shows coming.
Yeah, you got Tommy Vex going to be at Victory North the 9th. POD, along with From Ashes to New and All Good Things, along with Sleep Signals the 22nd. And then Candlebox on the 28th. Victory North, killing it.
Yeah, Tommy Vex, formerly of Bad Wolves, POD, Candlebox. That's going to be a huge month. And we have tickets to each one of those shows. We're going to hook you up with. Fozzie's coming to Victory North in October as well. And then there's the new venue in town, Cotter, District Live. You got Dirty Honey, White Reaper, kind of more on the alty side, more of the folky garage band punk side. But these are great bands that you can see at a brand new venue.
Yeah.
So the Plant Riverside District, just to the left. If you take MLK all the way down to the riverfront, you wind up at the Valet. If you look at this weird building to the left, you're like, what is that? That's actually District Live, the new venue they built. It's like a 500-seat theater, GA. This place just seems like it's going to be a great spot to watch shows.
So check out the entire lineup of all the shows coming to the area over the next few months and get tickets on the website, rock1061.com. Coming up next, details on how you can score a $50 Visa gift card. Talking about Big Money Monday after Metallica on Rock 1061.
So 2 miles you ran yesterday.
Yeah.
2.5. You're even taking a half because you took your dog.
The first, so it's like, I'm going to go running with the dog. So, because it wasn't overly hot, it was 11 o'clock, 10:45, 11. Figured it was early enough we can go do that. Took some water out for the dog just in case. So we started jogging along. Light pole, stop, pee. All right, let's go. Jogging along. So there's like a little lake in one of the other subdivisions. So I got halfway around that lake, and the dog just stopped. Gave him some water, lick, drink water. I'm like, all right, we're done. We're going back. I'm not doing this. So
did you walk or carry him back?
No, he walked. And then on the way back, I just let him stop and do whatever. But then got all the way back to the house and it's like dropped off the dog. Then I went out running again. The second mile was rough. I ain't gonna lie, it was rough. But felt pretty good at the first mile. And then second mile a little rough, but it was nice to be out and running.
All right,
but I did run yesterday.
Well, don't think we're gonna stop giving you crap about running because you told us nonstop to give you crap about running. So here we go.
There you go.
Andrew says running to the fridge doesn't count. So just a heads up there. That does not count towards your total of 2.5 miles.
That's a lot of back and forth to the fridge to make it 2.5 miles.
Sounds like a challenge, man. I'll do it.
But yeah, back is sore today.
So I made homemade garlic bread last night. Ooh. Good Lord.
Nice.
I think I killed the garlic bread game last night. I like when I go garlic bread, I like to go real garlic, and then I go way overboard.
Yeah.
Woo. Man, I think I like I said, quite possibly killed the garlic bread game. Real garlic, just some cheddar cheese, and just a slight sprinkling after it got out of the oven. I was like some garlic salt. Ooh, good Lord.
I would say ever since we got our new grill, I've eaten more steak within the past 2 months than I have in my life. Last night, so when we went to Mount Dora, they used to have one downtown, like the olive oil store.
Yeah.
So went through there and found a sriracha olive oil. I'm like, oh, that sounds delicious. So a couple weeks ago, I marinated the steak in that. It was the most tender steak I have ever had before in my life. It was vinegar, not olive oil. So, but it's an olive oil store. But that was a sriracha vinegar. So I marinated the steak in that. It was awesome.
Interesting.
Also got like a espresso dry rub for steak. So last night I had steak.
Oh yeah, I got one of those. Yeah.
Put the dry rub on that. Oh dear Lord, it was delicious.
Yeah, without a doubt.
This grill, the best purchase I've made in forever, because it's like, and I haven't cooked on a gas grill in forever, but man, it just makes things super easy. If we just want to have a burger or something simple, it's not like a big ordeal to do the charcoal and let it sit. And love the gas grill. Never going back.
It's the life to live. That's
so good.
That's 100% true. All right, guys, Big Money Monday is coming up here in just a little bit for everyone on the chat. If you haven't already, text us your first name and then a number between 1 and 9. You can only choose one number. You can only choose one number. So go ahead and text that to us, 1-800-394-1061. Text us your first name and a number between 1 and 9, and we'll randomly choose someone to play Big Money Monday coming up here in just a little bit. If we roll your number, yes, I will shoot off the money gun again. I got that already set up, but if we get another winner, man, I mean, we'll hook you up with a $50 Visa gift card. Tony says Italian loaf split in half with cream cheese, mozzarella, and Colby Jack cheese. Baked till gooey and crisp, so good.
Cream cheese, that adds a whole nother layer to some cheese bread.
Yeah, I never thought about adding cream cheese, but Jesus, I don't think I'd be able to move this morning.
All right, got about 2 minutes.
All right, definitely got some text coming in. Tony says number 3. Brenton says 5. Cam says I'll take number 3. Sean says 6, and he's taken the same number for 4 months now. I don't know. We'll see. We'll choose one random person to play for here in just a little bit.
All right, 90 seconds.
All right, so we're diving into 20th anniversary.
Yep.
Is that what we're doing? Okay.
Yeah, we'll talk. We'll do big money first, 20th anniversary.
Gotcha.
And then, yeah. Yeah, dude, my back. I don't know. It's very weird. It's different than my typical back pain, so I just wasn't something I was used to.
It's a new back pain.
It is.
Have you hit a new level?
And I'm bringing the back pain to a whole new level.
Incredible. All right, guys. Big Money Monday is coming up in just a few minutes. We'll talk Suicide Squad as well. Going to talk about 20th anniversary coming up next. All sorts of goodness. Capping off the first half of the show. Second half of the show, we're going to talk about some Olympics, stuff that we think we could do. We'll play trivia, hook you up with prizes. We'll talk about the NFL Hall of Fame. Got some live audio for you guys to hear about that, and then wrap the show up with Marshall's Music News. Then just one quick programming note as well for everyone that's kind of checking out the stream today. Thank you first and foremost for hanging out with us this morning. We will be off Thursday and Friday. Kyle's got to take his little girl to Arkansas College. He's going to cry like a little baby back bitch.
You'd cry too if you had to go to Arkansas.
Yeah, well definitely. Jesus.
All right, guys, be right back. Easily, one of our favorite things to do on this show is to give away our boss's money.
Oh, yeah.
A-Dub, give away hopefully $50 today with Big Money Monday. You still got time to enter. Mm-hmm. Get on it, man.
1-800-394-1061. That is our telephone number. Save it in your phone. And, of course, text us every single Monday right about this time. Your first name and a number between 1 and 9. Then we'll randomly choose one person from our text line, and we'll roll our bingo machine, which is right over here. This $16 piece of awesomeness right here. We'll roll this, and if your number hits, you win $50. And we had a winner last week, Cotter.
It was our first winner in weeks.
Yep.
The celebration gets more epic each and every week.
I want to continue on celebrating. I bought a money gun, so I'm ready to shoot this thing off. Let's go.
All right, so Big Money Monday is coming up. Enter now with that text. All right, also coming up, Labor Day weekend is the biggest countdown we've ever put together as we continue our 20th anniversary celebration. It is the Rock 1061 20th anniversary countdown. We're counting down the top 1,061 songs ever played on Rock 1061.
So if you have any suggestions on what songs should be making that list, please let us know. The website, rock1061.com. You'll see a big luchadorian wrestler guy on the front of our website. Just click him and then just fill out the info, your name, your email address, and let us know 37 songs that you may enjoy that you think should make the countdown.
All right, so we've got Big Money Monday coming up next. Also, we had some homework over the weekend.
Oh, yeah.
That was to watch The Suicide Squad.
I did it. Did you do it?
I did, Friday nights. So coming up next, we're going to break down the newest movie into the DC, I don't know if it's a universe yet. We'll just say
it's definitely not a universe.
Under the DC banner. How's that? We'll talk The Suicide Squad and get to Big Money Monday next. Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 1061.
Oh, there's Greg. Morning, Greg.
Morning,
Just
Greg.
in case you didn't hear, Cotter ran 2.5 miles this weekend, supposedly.
I did. So I tried to run the first. I wanted to take the dog out for a run. He was not having it. Mm-hmm. So brought the dog back and then went out and...
Wait. What do you think your average mile time was?
I would say the first mile probably... and I could show you the app thing. I had issues with it. I'm an idiot. I would say 10-ish minutes. The second one, not even close, because there was a lot of walking on the way back.
So 15? You're saying 15?
Probably 15 would be
back?
fair.
All right.
Yeah. So there was definitely a lot of walking on the way back. I felt really good getting to the mile mark. And then when I turned around, I'm running, I'm like, I'm going to walk. I'm going to walk and not feel bad.
Dennis says a 20-minute pace is not a run.
Fair. I agree. I don't disagree.
Yeah, well, his average, let's even include the dog half mile. I'll say your average is probably like 14 minutes.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Ish. So it's faster.
It's a starting point.
It's that indeed.
It's a starting point. I have room to grow and improve.
Yeah, you do. 100%. And you know what? As a member of the show and then all of our close personal friends, the Horde watching right now, we will continually let you know how much we are behind you in regards to your running endeavors. Once again, we're going to make sure that Cotter is encouraged to run damn near every day. Greg, do you have any words of wisdom for Cotter, or maybe some just some advice or some encouragement that you could pass along in your very unique way?
That's a good way to word that.
Thank you. All right, guys, Big Money Monday coming up here in just a few moments. Obviously, talked about concerts before that. Jazz Fest down in New Orleans getting canceled, which is kind of crazy. Sad to see it. Charles says 20-minute pace. Were you running backwards?
It wasn't a 20-minute pace.
It was faster than that.
Yeah, it was fast. Like I said, the first mile was probably about 10-ish minutes. I think that's probably my average pace when I'm out of shape, which is most of the time. And then run, don't die. Thank you, Greg. And then the way back was not a constant run, so there was some walking involved. But it felt good. Felt good to get out. I need to get, and it's going to sound dorky, but I need to get some. I used to have like a running fanny pack type thing, and so it wasn't like a full-on fanny pack. It was very small, and basically you could fit your phone, keys, just small stuff in there when you're running. I need to get that because having my phone, I don't like carrying my phone when I run, and having it in the pocket of my shorts, it feels like it's going to like bounce out and hit the pavement. So I need to get something to put my phone because I wasn't listening to any music. Need music on a run.
Back in the day, I used to listen to, or I used to go running. I used to go running, and when I lived in Metamora, and I just bought one of those like arm strap where you like when
used to have one of those.
Yeah, but it held like the giant iPod. So I had that and like the string headphones because Bluetooth didn't really exist at that point. That was really nice. I like the arm strap one because I didn't like anything in my pockets or the fanny pack thing. And
the fanny pack thing I had was nice because, like I said, it wasn't just a traditional big bulky fanny pack. It was like a stretchy material that literally your phone would fit in. You could put things in, so that was really nice. But I don't know where that went.
Ooh, Tony's asking the tough questions this morning. Asking Charles, what's your current pace? Charles, don't answer that question. It's a trap. Well, Mac runs an 8-minute and 46-minute mile. Is that good? That good?
I would love to run an 8-minute 46 mile. Yeah. To me, that's fantastic.
That's like what? It's like a 25-minute 5K.
Yeah.
Ish.
So when we were kind of doing 5Ks and when I was running and doing the marathon stuff, I was probably running 28-minute 5Ks.
I think the best 5K I ran was 32 minutes.
Best 5K I've ever ran. Best 5K I've ever ran in my life was under 21 minutes. In high school, I actually ran track, and I ran my quickest mile was under 6.
Greg says some old man is carrying the fanny pack as he walks the beach with his metal detector wearing sandals and socks.
Hey, you know what? Got to start somewhere. I got goals now. Goals!
Oh, did you see the story out in Nebraska with the flooding?
No.
So I forget exactly where in Nebraska, but they had some like mass flooding in Nebraska, and people were stuck in an elevator where the water was up to their necks.
No.
Terrifying.
Oh, that.
Hold on, let me check it out.
Holy crap. That's frightening.
And you used to live in Lincoln, right?
Yeah, I lived in Lincoln.
So this is Omaha. So a Nebraska man recorded the nightmare come true moment of getting stuck in an elevator with rising neck-high floodwaters.
Whoa.
He goes, it was like something out of a movie. As a Saturday night storm dropped hail and brought flash flooding through Omaha streets, Lou and his two... Sorry, this thing keeps... No, thank you for the Geico ad. I really want to see this right now.
Some websites suck, man. I get you got to make some money off of it, but...
This is the local ABC 11 affiliate out of Omaha, Nebraska.
Okay.
All right, so hold on. Going back to our Monday reading here. Lou and his two friends decided to check out the extent of the damage outside his downtown apartment. They boarded the elevator around 10 o'clock. When they reached the lobby, water came rushing through the vents into the elevator before its doors could open. He goes, once it got to my stomach, we kind of figured, okay, this is real. He recorded the video of the terrifying moment, which shows the floodwaters as it hit his armpits while his friends called 911. And then it was, quote, okay, can you please just hurry, his friend has said. His friend is heard saying in the video. Meanwhile, Lou called his roommate, who works in a maintenance for the building. He goes, we might die if you don't come help us. Before emergency responders arrived, Lou's roommate, brother, and a third person were able to open the elevator door from the lobby. At this point, the water was up to Tony's neck, and he was standing on the elevator's railing, like the railing inside the elevator. He goes, when the doors finally opened, the water rushed out. He goes, I was swimming out. None of the three people stuck in the elevator were hurt. Meteorologists say that 3 to 5 inches of rain fell in Omaha Saturday. At least one other rescue was reported. Man, that is crazy. Yeah, in the video, I mean, like, there was cars that were like, they had water all the way up to their the rearview mirrors and stuff.
Damn. And if you're in that elevator, how much are you crapping your pants?
Well, the good news is you're in water, so it'll just...
That's true.
You don't have to worry about it hitting the floor. All right. Do you want me to choose the person this week?
Yeah,
go
ahead.
Choose?
No, go ahead.
Let's choose...
A-Dub just came in. Tony instantly threw us under the bus. Morning, A-Dub. Congratulations on your B-. That's funny. Morning, Aaron.
Okay. I'm going to go. You know what? Oh, she calls in. We know her. How about this? We're going to do Meredith.
Okay.
Meredith is going to be our person that we're going to roll for this week.
I like it. All right. We got about 90 seconds. Going to get into the Suicide Squad.
Greg says, if you find a rep for the Publix Woman's Half, they have some promo stuff. They have a little fanny pack looking phone holder, and they'll do what you need.
There you go.
Actually, we know the person that does the Publix Woman's Half.
That's exactly what I need.
Yeah,
that's
you
what
know
he's
him too. You know Rob.
Okay, yeah.
Rob over at the Savannah Sports Council. Hit him up.
A-Dub, can't wait to hear about that.
Just go back to the show, end of the first hour.
Yeah. All right, 45 seconds.
All right, guys, we're jumping into Big Money Monday coming up here in about, less than 40 seconds. After that, we're going to talk about the Olympics and, just in between the downtime. Think about some questions for the Magic 8 Ball and go ahead and drop them into the chat. We'll get to those after we get out of this break. Of course, we're talking Suicide Squad, and then hopefully Meredith's going to win herself some cash.
Just buy a lunch and you get an easy A, apparently. All right, guys, we'll be right back. Good morning. Thank you for hanging out on air and on the stream today. It is the Cotter and Marshall Show. Coming up in just moments, we are going to play for Meredith Big Money Monday.
Oh, yeah.
Got a chance to win a $50 gift card. First, though, there was a homework assignment over the weekend. That was to watch The Suicide Squad, which came out Thursday night, theaters and on HBO Max, so we could discuss. If you haven't seen it yet, we could get to some spoilers.
We'll definitely probably get to some spoilers.
So just know right now, spoilers could be coming, are coming, as we talk about The Suicide Squad.
That's right.
James Gunn directed it. His first adventure into the DC universe after doing Guardians of the Galaxy. And I kind of felt he just went, all right, I know I took no-name characters in the Guardians of the Galaxy and made them famous. Give me all your no-names from the DC universe and let me see what I can do. And I don't feel he succeeded like he did with Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, so if you've seen the promo materials for Suicide Squad, you saw that there was 20 superhero bad guys that were going to be a part of this thing. Truly, there were only 5 that really mattered. That was the core of the team. The other ones, they died off. We don't need to get into specific which ones died,
but that's fair.
A majority of them died off. I mean, they even talked about that in the promo. They say don't get attached to any of these people because they die off fairly quickly. There's a mission at the beginning of the film where a lot of folks, a lot of the characters, including, this is a spoiler, Pete Davidson's Blackguard dies in a uniquely fascinating and fast way.
Now, it is interesting to see some of the characters they brought in, both in the mission that didn't go as well, and then the one that makes up a majority of the movie. The polka dot guy. I mean,
Polka dot man.
I expected him to be offed within the first 30 seconds. For him to make it majority of the movie was pretty darn impressive.
Yeah, and the movie was 2 hours and 12 minutes long, and I actually wrote a note here. I said 2 hours and 12 minutes, and I just didn't really get into it.
I didn't either. That was the thing. It's like, I love the music choices. I think he did. I mean,
James Gunn is always known for putting great music into his films, and 100%, but the music just really couldn't help push this movie along. Sometimes I feel like it was a really slow burn. The villain, which was a kaiju, which is like a giant monster like Godzilla, it just felt kind of like ham-fisted into the story.
Yes.
I literally wrote ham-fisted. Maybe I was just hungry for a ham sandwich. But I mean, there was some great moments. Idris Elba, he plays Bloodsport.
I want more of him.
Yeah, he was fun, and also just like a perfect terrible dad.
Yes.
Like if I'm gonna have a terrible dad, I want this terrible dad.
Harley Quinn did not need to be in this movie.
No, probably not.
I felt they forced her in just because, it was like the holdover. It's the one popular character that came out of the first.
How dare you? Captain Boomerang was in this film
fair
for
enough.
5 seconds.
Fair enough. But she was the popular character that came out of that first movie. And understanding she's probably going to be, a franchise DC player for movies to come. So I get why she was in it. I just did not feel it was necessary. And her part of the story just felt like, Throw her in, right there. It does make. I don't care. Throw her in anyway.
Yeah, but she did have probably the best action sequence in the film with her escape from a mansion that was on this crazy weird island. John Cena was another breakout character from Suicide Squad, playing the Peacemaker.
Yes.
Now, he's got an HBO Max TV miniseries that's gonna be coming out here in the next few months regarding his character, who does somehow live through the end of the film. And then another breakout character was King Shark, aka Nanaue, I think is. Very, very fun. But this film is just not it. Like, when I saw the trailer for the very first Suicide Squad film that came out years ago, I was hyped.
Yeah.
Like, the trailers were awesome. And then it was the worst movie I've ever seen. I came out of the theater mad.
Yeah.
Now, this is the superior movie of the Squad films.
Yeah.
I mean, if I had to break it down, Cotter, in like a 1 out of 5 stars, I give it 2.2 out of 5 stars. It was fun. It was way too long. The villain wasn't much of one at all. It was kind of cool. I don't know. I felt like this movie could have been pared down by about 30 minutes.
Yes.
And they could have they could have done a little something different where it would make this a little bit more palatable and a lot more fun. But honestly, if you have HBO Max or a friend with HBO Max login that you can borrow, this is worth watching.
No, I would watch it. And it could be one of those movies that I was maybe too excited going in. Mm-hmm. Maybe a second viewing, I get into it a little bit more.
Yeah, maybe.
But I didn't leave it going, man, that was so worth it.
Hey, and Weasel living at the end?
Yeah,
awesome. I don't know why I love that character.
Yeah, that was
drowned immediately. But I loved him.
That was a nice touch. All right, let's see if we can give away a $50 gift card. It's time to play Big Money Monday. Meredith is who we're playing for today. What is her number?
Meredith chose the number 6, Cotter. So once again, Big Money Monday. We do this every Monday. Our boss has allowed us to give away his money every Monday.
Yes.
So let's see if Meredith is going to win $50 from you boys. All right, here we go. Spinning the wheel, spinning the wheel, spinning the wheel. Let me put this down.
We want to make this happen.
Put this down. Ladies and gentlemen, Meredith has 31. Sorry, Meredith. Not today, unfortunately. I'm not going to shoot the money gun off. Actually, I'm just going to do it a little bit.
What are you doing?
Just a little bit. It's just fun. It's just fun. You're going to win. But next time, we'll shoot off in a more happy setting.
We got to clean all that up now. All right, coming up top of the 8 o'clock hour, the Olympics. The Olympics are done, and way too many people think they could just jump right in.
Oh, yeah.
And participate in Olympic sport and do well. So,
guaranteed our boss would think that.
Yes.
Yeah, 100%.
We'll talk about that, and we'll let you know some Olympic sports that if we had to pick, what would we be good at? We'll tell you that, too. Coming up after 8 o'clock, Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1.
Even in a non-fun setting, after Meredith lost there, it's still fun to shoot the money gun. Just so you know, it's well worth. Oh, there was another bill. It's well worth the $20. In case you're like, should I buy a money gun? Yes, you should. Absolutely fun. And if you're rich enough, you could just actually put real money in it. I will never be that rich.
No. Oh, Dennis has got a question for the April.
Okay, let's see. A-Dub goes, not at all when it comes to the, let's see. Let's see. What was the 8-ball? Where's this question?
Traveling overseas. So Magic 8-ball, will my tests come back negative so I can travel?
Does Dennis have the Coco Magic 8-ball? Science point to yes. Oh, no, I don't like that. Let me re-ask that. Will Dennis be able to travel overseas successfully? Most likely. You're good. Hey, I actually have to go do something out of the office or out of the studio real quick, so I'm going to leave you. Yeah, I'll clean this up here in a second.
All right. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I didn't absolutely hate Suicide Squad, but it's definitely, I wanted more there. I didn't think Harley Quinn, like I said, I get why she's in it. She didn't need to be there. The battle at the end, I don't know. It just felt they were trying too hard to be weird and different, and it just didn't pay off. Even though there were some moments that were pretty cool. Like I said, I would definitely see it, and I may have to watch it again. It may be one of those that I'm like, all right, I get this now. I always use Pulp Fiction as an example. First time I watched Pulp Fiction, I did not like that movie. I remember getting to the end and going, what did I just watch? And obviously now it's one of my favorite movies of all time. So it just could be a thing where I need to go back and rewatch it. But I don't know, man. Just not nearly what I was hoping for in that movie. Concept is great. The whole concept of the Suicide Squad, I think, is awesome. And I think they set it up to where they could, do more, after the fact. I think we'll probably see more. I was just reading Philip's text. My friend sent me a meme in one of our group chats saying instead of any Army draft, it's an Olympic draft where normal people get selected for the Olympics. And I am, for when I'm here for it, I would love to watch a normal person try to do Olympic events. Yes. All day long. Yes. Yeah, Jake texted us too, Mac, about how great the film was. Yeah, well, you should, Mac, if you've learned nothing else, always question the judgment of Jake Thompson. Come on. You should know that by now. But yes. I don't know. Like I said, it was okay. My daughter liked it better than I did. My wife got up and left halfway through it. She's like, no, not for me. She didn't really like it at all. But, to each your own. Done. Thank you guys for hanging out this morning. Appreciate it. Top of the 8 o'clock hour, like I said, way too many people think they could compete in the Olympics. We'll talk about that. Give you some sports that if we had to compete in some, which ones we do. We've got Are You Smarter Than a Community College Dropout? There was a hot mic at the NFL Hall of Fame induction ceremony that caught an interesting statement. Looks like they're just out to party. And NXT, if you're a wrestling fan, if you're a fan of NXT as we know it, sounds like it's going away. WWE cut 12 more people over the weekend, all NXT based, and it sounds like there are changes coming to the gold brands. We'll talk about that. See, I haven't finished Loki yet, Mac. I got to get to that. I think the wife and I plan on doing that once we get the kids to college. I liked the first, 3-4 episodes. I liked it. But yeah, I don't know, man. Maybe it's just, maybe we're to the point of superhero fatigue. Maybe we just need a break. It's like maybe it's just time to take some time off from superheroes and not have to overdo it. We might have hit, max capacity. Sorry, guys. I'm hurting. Some homeless dude at Forsyth shot me a bird for no reason. I responded similarly. Yeah, I think that's the way to go. That's the way to respond. Hey. Be right back, guys. All right, guys. And I'm back. Just had to chat it up with Stacy on her sister station. She's the program director of Hot 98.3. Also does some stuff with G100. All right, so we got SOS from the Glorious Sons. Going to get to some offspring. And then we'll dive into what Olympic sport we think we could participate in if we had to. Oh, those are both. Yeah, we'll go with that. That's going to be dropped, though. Oh, no, never mind. Sorry, once again, as I move stuff around, I like to talk to myself, and that's exactly what I'm doing. Oh, nope. I did that wrong. Move that to there. Move that down here. Perfect, guys. Perfect. All right, there we go. All right, so still plenty to get to. 2 more hours to go on the show. Thank you guys for hanging out on the stream today. As always, appreciate it. This Thursday and Friday, not in the studio. Taking my kid to Fayetteville, Arkansas for school. Be back next Monday. But we're here Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of this week, live on the air and on the stream. All right. We got about 5 minutes until we get into some Olympic stuff. Had fun watching the Olympics, not going to lie. It was a good time as always. Closing ceremony was cool. Usually just more of a party than the opening ceremony, which more pageantry. But it was definitely fun to see. Oh. All right.
Sorry about that. We have live events this morning, a live remote, which is crazy for a Monday, right?
Yeah, I know.
They're doing a used car trade-in deal over at Southern Motors, but they're doing it down on Broughton Street. Our sister station, Hot 98.3, is down there this morning.
I'll be there next Monday.
You will be.
All right, almost up to the top of the hour. A little bit more Inglorious Sons. Offspring is coming up after the Offspring. We'll get into the Olympics. People way too much confident in their athletic ability. That is never going to be a problem for me.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
I will never have too much confidence in my athletic ability.
Let me see this fake cash over here. In case I never showed you guys this. So I bought a money gun and I debuted it. And I surprised Cotter with it last week. And
that was good.
And these bills, they're $1,000 bills.
Big money.
Yeah. So, I mean, good old super money, $1,000 bills. So you know it's good. It seriously is like the cheapest gun I could buy.
I get that.
I was going to buy the gold one, but the gold one was like an extra $10. And I'm like, I don't know how many times I want to use this in my life. So
extra $10 seems a little steep.
I don't know. 33%. So I bought something last night on Amazon, Cotter, and I wanted to show it off on the stream today. Sorry, I'm hitting everything. I wanted to show it off on the stream this morning. So I have an idea for Torture Tuesday.
Okay.
And we already know our first one. We have 3 minutes? I'll get into it here.
Yeah, we got 3 minutes.
So we already know our first Torture Tuesday. So coming up on September 21st, Cotter and I are going to start off Torture Tuesday season with a dual Torture Tuesday.
Oh, did you get it?
And I actually got it in the mail.
Oh, nice.
And speaking of, it's called The Duel. And it's featuring 2 Pepper X chips. So, if you guys know the Pocky One Chip Challenge, essentially what it is, it's just 2 Pocky One Chips, and you do it versus someone.
Right.
So right inside it says, welcome to the face-off that will melt your face. So you kind of open it up here, and it comes with this commemorative coin, which has the head of the dude who is the owner, who essentially created the Ghost Pepper, which is the guy from the Pucker Butt Pepper Company. And on the inside is 2 one-chip challenges that say ready, aim, fire. So, Cotter, I'm going to go over the rules real quick.
Okay.
So, step 1, each jeweler carefully remove your Pepper X chip from the box and prepare a beverage of your choice.
Oh.
Step 2, standing back to back, take 3 full paces, then turn and face your opponent. We may not be able to do that.
I was going to say, I don't know if we'll be able to pull that off. Sorry, guys.
Then step 3, open the duel package and eat your whole chip. Step 4, the last dueler to go for your beverage will be declared the duel champion and earn the coveted victor's coin. In the event of a draw, flip the coin and call heads or tails to determine the winner.
So you got to eat it and then just sit there and suffer. You don't want to grab something to drink.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, fair enough. Wow, okay.
So that'll be tough because you've done this before and you've actually waited it out.
Yeah.
So immediately you've already proven that you could do this. I don't know if I can.
I just hope.
I'm nervous.
I just hope. I'm just, you know what? And it's an odd thing to be happy about with when it comes to this one chip challenge. The last time I did that, where I had to eat the 2 chips, one of those was so stale. I mean, it was gag inducing. I'm just happy that these will be a little bit more on the fresh side.
I hope so.
I hope so.
Yeah.
But yeah, bring it on, man. Bring it on.
So we have that coming up as a Torture Tuesday once again, that is going to be on Tuesday, September 21st. That is the beginning of Torture Tuesday season. And last night I was just looking at Twitter and I found a Twitter account that tells you the latest deals on stuff.
Okay.
And I found something that I'll share after this break, but it is so us. I couldn't help myself. I bought it. I bought it immediately.
Okay. I like it. All right, guys, we got about 15 seconds. 15 seconds. Be right back. Good morning. Thank you for hanging out on air and on the stream this morning. Cotter and Marshall Show. Olympics wrapped up last night. According to ratings, I think I'm the only one who's bumped out about that. Not a lot of people checked them out.
No.
Well, the U.S. Olympic team includes 613 people, most of them finely tuned athletes. Now, way too many normal people, non-athletic types maybe, think they could jump right in to an Olympic sport. 1/3 of Americans, 40% of us, think we could hold our own in at least one sport in the winter and or summer Olympics. And they're not even talking like curling or rifle shooting. A lot of us think they're about the more physical events, basketball, soccer, swimming.
Really?
Yes.
There's no chance.
No, I don't see how this is possible. And I mean, not to be, a downer, but 74% of adults in the U.S. obese or overweight.
Yeah. So, I mean, did they do this poll at a bar where everyone was kind of drunk? Yeah, I can take that guy.
I think that's fair.
Yeah.
And in a surprise to no one, men were more likely to say they could hold their own in the Olympics to women. 60% of guys compared to 22% of women.
Yeah, they did this poll at a bar where it was like, I'm as tall as Kevin Durant. Who's that guy? Who's that guy? Brooklyn Nets, never heard of her.
The poll also asked what events should be added to the Summer Olympics. I mean, they mix stuff up a lot, add different events every year. Top answers were MMA. That would be That'd be kind of cool.
It would be great. It'd be like a tournament style type of like.
How do you do that though?
Well, I mean, they did it. That's how UFC first started. They actually did like tournament style like fights. So yeah.
But I mean, if you got your ass beat in the first bout, yet won, and then 2 days later you got to fight again.
Yep. Here we go.
Ooh. Lacrosse. I mean, lacrosse is a pretty popular sport. I'm surprised that's not an Olympic sport.
Yeah, it's just not fun to watch.
Bowling.
Okay. Yeah, bowling. How is that not an Olympic sport?
I think it's been brought up before.
That takes skill.
Yeah, total skill.
Mm-hmm.
Also, cricket, which is popular around the world, not familiar in the United States.
I still don't know what that sport does.
I don't.
Is there a ball involved?
There's a ball and the bat, and there's I don't know. A lot going on there. They also said competitive cheerleading.
Which apparently is going to get possibly added to the Olympic schedule. Like, we don't have enough. And it's not like it's going to get added to the Winter Olympics where there's four sports. It's going to get added to the Summer Olympics where there's like 1 billion.
Yeah, no, it'll definitely get added to the Summer Olympics. I mean, rhythmic gymnastics is basically cheerleading. I mean, it's kind of the same sort of concept. So it would fit in. It would make sense. But I still find it interesting that way too many people are really overestimating their athletic ability.
Right.
So coming up next, you and I will do just that. We will give you a few sports that we think, if we had to hang in the Olympics, these are our best options. Coming up after Rise Against, Nowhere Generation, Rock 106.1.
Sorry, guys, for having to jump out there and leave a few minutes. Go ahead and make sure Stacy was good for a remote. Anyway, so back to what I was talking about with Torture Tuesday. So our first Torture Tuesday on the 21st is already set up, right?
Yeah.
That's going to be the Dual One Chip Challenge. It's a new challenge that the guys from Pocky have put out. Plus, they're going to be releasing just like their annual revision of the Pocky One Chip Challenge. That's coming out in the next week or two. So in case you ever want to try the One Chip Challenge, you can actually go and buy one.
Yeah.
They have them available usually via Amazon or via like the blazingfoods.com company. So last night I'm just scrolling through Twitter and I saw that this was for sale for $14. And I'm like, what is that thing? So on Amazon last night, I found this thing right here.
What is that?
So it looks like a child's like Nerf gun, right?
Yeah.
But this is the Butthead's Fart Launcher 3000, Cotter. So what happens is, once again, holding it up to the camera.
Right.
So what this is, this little down portion right here, like this clip, that's actually full of fart spray. So I was thinking, what you do is you pull the lever back to create air force. And then when you press the button, spray gets shot up and the air forces it right there. And this is once again, and look how large it looks of that small child holding it. It looks like a bazooka.
God.
I mean, I'm sure it won't be that big, but I mean, like he's holding it there. I mean, it looks gigantic, right? So once again, this is the Butthead's Fart Launcher 3000 that I purchased on sale for $13 last night, Cotter. So what I was thinking we could do, once again, kind of how you did, I did the fart spray,
right?
Maybe your turn when it comes to the fart spray. I don't know. Maybe me. I don't know. But pretty much that person will have to do the fart spray the entire show. Maybe. I don't know. I'm just throwing it out. These are just like thoughts.
Yeah, no, I'm following.
And then maybe the last one, we put a spray of the liquid ass in there. And that gets blasted in your face.
So it's funny because for the most part, you were the only one who suffered through that Torture Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
We sent out, or Marshall sent out an email basically warning everybody that the office could just reek that day. Thankfully, for the most part, it didn't. You know, I caught a couple whiffs of it.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way around that not just blowing this whole building apart.
So I bought that, of course, last night. Like I'm a 2-year-old. As soon as I was like, the Fart Blaster 3000? Are you kidding me? I was so excited.
Oh, that's good.
And I was like, it's $13. And I'm like, I definitely bought it. It's going to go up on the wall. It's got to make the wall.
That's a good purchase.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited. So I get that this week. And then I would say probably October.
Yeah.
I don't know when we'll do it. But just know the Fart Blaster 3000 is going to make its way onto this show. And I'm so effing excited, Cotter.
Max said, no. No. No more for liquid ass.
Mac and A-Dub should have a liquid ass challenge. Oh.
I like this.
Can I plead no due to inappropriate aromatherapy choices? How about this? We won't do it if we get a forever black card from a Perfect Touch. Just saying.
All right, guys, we'll be right back. Connor Marshall Show, Rock 106.1. At least 40% of Americans think they can hold their own in at least one event at the Summer and or Winter Olympics. Mm-hmm. That is such a bold statement. I mean, these athletes train year-round in hopes to just make the Olympics, let alone get there and honestly compete, for a gold medal.
Yeah, this is their lives. I mean, they gear towards the Olympics year after year, day after day. They grind, they eat right. They do everything they can to make it to the big game so they can shine on that incredible level.
So I think way too many people think they could just show up at the Olympics and do well. But, Marshall, if you had to go to the Olympics, compete in a sport, or a couple, I've got a few on my list.
Oh, yeah.
What do you think your best option is going to be?
My best option is probably going to be some sort of like group Olympic event.
Good call.
Right? Because I need to be like the fifth guy.
Yeah.
Or how about this? 3-on-3 basketball.
Oh.
I think there's an opportunity.
Good choice.
Where I'm just like Dennis Rodman. Like I'm throwing bows down in the post and I'm getting a quick layup. And like that's just my job.
Yeah.
And I think 3-on-3 basketball I could possibly do well in.
You know what? That I forgot about that being an Olympic sport now because that's a way better choice than any of mine. I'm gonna go. I'll start with because I did pick a couple team sports as well. So I'll go with one, and I'm going with things that I have even a baseline amount of information about.
Okay.
So I'm going rugby, and so a decade ago, I played it once. I played it once, and I went through some practices. Was I good? No. Would I be good now? No.
But it's a group thing. So
it's a group sport.
You can get lost.
It is a group sport, and it's sevens rugby, so it's much shorter. So it's the periods or halves are much shorter, so I have to spend less time being physical and being active. But I mean, I think I could run with the ball for a little bit before I got sandwiched to the ground. So I mean, I think rugby is my first choice.
I don't know. I think maybe yours is even more plausible than mine.
You think so?
I'm a little bit. I mean, there's only 6 guys on the court.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't take long to be like, what's that guy doing? I mean, there is obviously some sports that aren't in the Olympics yet.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
That I think I would do well at. So I'd like to point out, and once again, this is all hypothetical, guys. And like, if you think you could do incredibly well at Olympic sport, please chime in via the text line at 1-800-394-1061. Or if you're watching the stream today on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch, please feel free to chime in if you think there's an Olympic sport that you would do excellent at. But there's a couple that aren't quite Olympic sports yet.
Okay.
But I think they will be in the future. And I brought this up last week. Snowball fights. The Winter Olympics needs more games, right?
I think so.
Snowball fights should be one of them. I think I would do incredible at snowball fights.
I mean, yeah, it's a snowball fight.
I've got a cannon. I've got a Jay Cutler cannon. I can't throw 50 yards, but I can throw real hard for about 20 yards. in a semi-accurate type of thing. There's a video out there of me throwing 50 yards still. But anyway, I think I could do really well. Or how about this? And my wife slays at beer pong, especially when she's drunk. I think beer pong I could also be pretty decent at. How is that not an Olympic sport?
I bet
that takes skill.
I bet, not this year because of the pandemic.
Yeah.
I bet in years past, Olympic beer pong has broke out in the Olympic Village.
It's got to.
It leads to all that crazy Olympic sex.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Exactly. So I think those two things, snowball fights, beer pong, not quite Olympic sports yet, but once they do, because they will, I would be very good. I would be elite.
All right, so outside of rugby, I stuck with events that are Olympic sports. I picked one individual event, and once again, going with baseline knowledge of the event. I'll get my ass kicked every time, but wrestling. I've wrestled in the past, other than pro wrestling. I get that. I wrestled in high school and stuff like that. I wouldn't last 2 seconds against these guys, but if you threw me into a sport, I would feel like I kind of knew what I was doing.
Do you feel like you wouldn't embarrass yourself?
I would not only embarrass myself, but the entire country.
Sorry, America.
I'm also going with handball because handball, once again, looks like something you played in high school that your PE coach just came up with on a whim.
Yeah, and never say that to a handball player.
I get that.
They'll get big mad.
I get that.
Yeah, I think handball's another. That's a great choice. That's even better than your other two, man.
Yeah.
I think handball's the one that you can get lost in enough. You can just be the goalie.
There's so many people out on that floor, and 30 points are scored a game, so it wouldn't be bad.
Yeah.
Balls get passed all the time. Then I did pick one Winter Olympic sport.
Okay.
Bobsled. Because once again, if you're like the third guy in, all you got to do is sprint and jump in the bobsled. Once you're in, you have no responsibility.
I would absolutely eat it. I would never even make it into the bobsled, man.
Okay, yeah, I really don't have that jumping ability, but who knows? It could happen. All right, coming up next, we're going to talk 20th anniversary countdown. We need your help in putting it together. Details on the way. It is the Cotter and Marshall Show. Rock 106.1.
Chris goes, captain of the boat racing. Don't need to do anything physical.
There you go.
Didn't even think about that one. Sean goes, Marshall's like Uncle Rico, but I could throw a snowball over those mountains. I could. That's funny, man.
Handball is like hitting a rock.
Yeah, I mean, handballs, the ball themselves, it's just.
Is it?
It's like a.
But I think it was it Tirico? Tirico went on a humorous type rant, but he was wondering how the hell the United States is not competitive in handball. He even's like, it's like something you see in PE. How do we not have a team together for this? Come on, guys. You got 3 years. Let's make this happen.
We do have a team.
But then we've never gotten a medal.
Oh, okay.
We've never medaled in the sport. He's just blown away that we are so bad at it when it's like a rec league game.
So I was listening to an interview, and former Chicago Bears quarterback Jay Cutler, he actually talked about, I think the conversation was exactly that. They were talking about, sports they could probably do well in. And Jay Cutler, I mean, he's got a cannon, and he's, for the most part, kind of accurate. I think Jay Cutler would do really well at handball.
Yeah.
And he's an athlete. He's like 6'6". I mean,
he would tower over them.
And a cannon for an arm. I think he'd do really well.
Just got a text. I would kick ass in handball and 3-on-3 basketball in the Olympics.
Yeah.
Yep.
Tony said roller derby. She would do pretty well in roller derby.
Yeah, roller derby would be a great Olympic sport. That would be so much fun.
Yeah, that would be a lot of fun to watch. I would do horrible at it. I cannot, for the life of me, stay up on skates.
I can go forward. That is it. Can't go backwards. Can't do any fancy footwork. I can go forward.
Yeah, when I met my wife, she was actually on roller skates. She was playing for a roller derby team, and we went out to I think it was called a Down and Derby, and it was like a party downtown Vegas. And you could rent skates, and I did.
Right.
And dude, I literally tried for 15 minutes. And I'm like, I'm so sorry, I can't do this.
I can't get on like ice skates to save my life. I've tried those several times, and it's not even fun. It's just I can't handle it.
I've never been ice skating.
Really?
Yeah.
It's not my thing. Roller skates, like I said, I can go forward. I can go around if you're at a roller skating rink, I can go around.
Yeah.
Nothing fancy.
Let's see. Morning Red, how are you, buddy? Hope we had a good weekend. The equestrian competition seems like something that anyone could step into, says Chris. You mean just like sit on a horse and jumping over stuff? I don't know. I feel like I couldn't do that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Also, never rode a horse.
Yeah, I've ridden a horse once.
Okay.
Yeah. And yeah, poorly.
Charles says I would do any of the shooting events, but do you think you could be like elite enough, like to do that? And like the Winter Olympics where you do what's that called, the triathlon, where you like ski and
the biathlon,
shoot. Yeah, that's the thing. If you're good at that, then that's like a double Olympic. You should get 2 medals if you're able to do that, shoot and ski at the same time.
Because I mean, it's all that cardio and skiing.
Yeah,
and then you like have to like hold the rifle still. My heartbeat would be like, oh, no way. Well, it's like I was watching the modern pentathlon, which is 5 events. It's swimming, equestrian, running, and shooting. So it's like they run and they have to stop several times to shoot, and there's no penalty if they miss. It's just hit 5 and then go.
Okay.
As long as it takes you. But I mean, the same thing. It's like you're running, and I'd be like, shoot the guy next to me, and be like, ugh.
Let's see. Our buddy Sean, who lives up in Minnesota, he goes, my friends are up here trying to get me on ice. I'm always like, no.
Yeah, dude, I can't. I've tried twice to ice skate, and it's just horrible. I went it was just after graduated high school with an ex-girlfriend, and she was a figure skater. So, I mean, she could skate. I went with her. We were there for 10 minutes. She's like, yep, nope, let's leave. Because I fell and took somebody out, and she was embarrassed.
Yeah, I wonder, actually, you know how the Civic Center, the crappy one, always does the ice skating at the end of the year? Now that we have a hockey team that's starting next year, do you think they're going to do that anymore? Because, I mean, people are going to wreck that ice, and then what if they had a game the same week? They wouldn't allow it, right?
That's a good question. I don't know.
I think there'd probably be, because it's usually for like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Like the whole month of December is usually that ice skating deal.
That's a good question. I don't know.
I bet you they only do it for like a week. Like when the guys are out of town. Yeah. Yeah, sorry, I just randomly thought of that. Sean says those biathlon rifles are so insane. Those are like, seriously, when I saw it for the first time on television, I'm like, what is this James Bond shit? It was incredible.
Yeah.
It was incredible, man. All right, guys, jumping into the middle of the 8 o'clock hour here. Going to talk about the 20th anniversary countdown again. They were playing Are You Smarter Than a Community College Dropout trivia. Actually had some buddies talk to me about Midday in the beer garden. They're like, are you going to this? I'm like, I don't know yet. I don't know what my weekend plans are.
Yeah.
And they're like, dude, like we're going to check this out. So we're going to hook you up with tickets to go check out Midday in the beer garden at Moon River. That's this coming Saturday. There's going to be a ton of local breweries. It's $25. Get unlimited samplings. There's food on site that you can buy. There's also Ghost Coast is going to be there. A meadery will also be there. So, and I think our guys at Double Asian Brewing Company are also going to be there as well. So they're going to have tons of choices for you to check out at Midday in the Beer Garden. So we'll hook you up with a pair of tickets to that, plus a pair of tickets to the Tailgate Bar Crawl, which is happening on September 4th.
Cool. Yeah, I would go if I wasn't going to Arkansas.
Phil says, did you guys see the lady who went from first to next to last in the pentathlon? Pentathlon, sorry.
Yeah.
I can talk. Because her horse was like, nah, fuck that.
I did. Yeah, I was watching that.
What happened?
So part of it's 5 events, and one of the events is equestrian. And it's like the jumping.
Do you get a break between each one of these?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not. It's kind of like the decathlon where it's like you do 2 events this day and a couple of events this day.
Cool.
So, but yeah, her horse was like came up to the fence, was like, nope, I'm out. And
is that the picture I saw of the girl crying on the horse?
Maybe
blonde girl.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
But yeah, she was in first, and her horse was just like, nope, deuces, I'm done. Didn't want to jump.
No.
Yeah. So,
That horse is going to become glue so fast.
I felt bad.
Dude, I didn't see the video, Phil, but I think I saw some like memes over the weekend of that horse because apparently he made some faces trying to go over that jump and apparently never made it.
The rifles are $30K. Holy crap.
There was a video released before the Sochi Olympics, I believe, and they're like $30,000. They're completely custom made. Damn.
Right.
Wanda says nothing like lubricating the wood to keep it in good shape. Cutting board, by the way. Nice.
The guy knocked over all the water bottles on purpose. I did not see that.
Yeah, I saw that story.
What sport?
So a French marathon guy, so a runner, apparently like completely on purpose, like flipped over a water table.
Really?
Yeah. Go to brobible.com.
Douche.
French marathon runner intentionally knocks over water for other competitors, deserves Olympic ban.
I agree. There it is. The chick from the United States that got the bronze in the marathon.
Yeah.
It was only her 3rd marathon ever. She was a cross country runner, shorter distance.
Oh, okay.
She was her 3rd marathon ever, and she got the bronze.
Okay, so she's you could get better.
Yeah.
Yeah, so French marathon runner Morhad Amodini is a total scumbag. The 33-year-old was competing in the Olympic men's marathon on Sunday when he intentionally knocked over a row of water, grabbing only the very last one for himself. Temperatures in Japan were 84 degrees during the 26-mile race. As a result, the water was at a premium for more than 100 starters. Around the 17-mile mark, a pack of runners approached the water station. Bottles were lined up in 2 rows, allowing them to grab and keep going. As the group approached the table, Amoduni, what a weird name, stuck out his right arm as he ran by and knocked over the front row like dominoes. After sending 20-plus bottles to the ground, the Frenchman grabbed the only one remaining before continuing his trek.
Yeah, he totally did. I'm watching the video now. I mean, it was him just going, do. What a douche. All right, guys, we'll be right back. The 20th anniversary celebration for Rock 106.1 continues. Coming up Labor Day weekend, we're counting down the top 1,061 songs ever played on Rock 106.1.
So if you want to chime in with what you think is one of those songs, you can easily do so and help Cotter put together this list, because this man is currently putting together this list for big old Labor Day weekend, less than a month away, over at rock1061.com. Just find the very large, portly Mexican luchador wrestler. Click on that picture and then drop in your info plus the songs that you want to hear.
It is the Rock 106.1 20th anniversary countdown. Once again, counting down the top 1,061 songs ever played on Rock 106.1. Coming up next, getting ready for Are You Smarter Than a Community College Dropout? It is the Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1. Here's Temple of the Dog. It's Hunger Strike, Rock 106.1.
I love this. Big time assist from Sean right here. Thank you so much. He goes, I'm a douche is actually that guy's last name.
Well played. Well played. That's crazy. I did not see that. Yeah, what a dick.
I totally missed I missed saying this when we brought it up earlier. The Suicide Squad, still 91% from critic reviews and 84% from audience score.
That's, I don't know. Did people just really want a DC movie to be good? I mean, like I said, I didn't hate it. I didn't sit there and go, that was stupid. But there are parts of it that were. I mean, it was like, who's the bad guy? You know, because it's like you had the Doctor Who guy with all the things coming out of his head.
Mm-hmm. The Thinker.
The Thinker, yeah. So you had him. And then you had the big giant starfish thing. And I mean, as I'm watching, I'm looking in. It's like, are these characters? And I mean, the big giant starfish is a legit villain from the DC universe. It was like the first, the Justice League's first villain was this thing. Mm-hmm. But it came across to me as goofy. I don't know. I just didn't. I didn't like it. I didn't like it. It was, once again, James Gunn going, give me the weirdest characters you got, and I'm going to do something with it. I mean, I think that was too far for me.
Yeah, it was. I don't know. It was fun. I mean, it was a fun movie. It's just like, it was a little too long for me, and I just really overall didn't care for it. So I gave it a 2.2 out of 5. Is it worth your time?
I'd watch it.
Yeah, I would say, yeah, if you have HBO Max, then absolutely, you're paying for it. 100% worth your time. But I don't know. Outside of that, I don't know if I'd really mess with watching that too many times.
Yeah, no. I get it. I wanted it to be so much better. And there were parts that were great. I mean, there were some parts that I really enjoyed.
And I mean,
there were characters I really enjoyed.
You can't really complain too much on the length of on the film. I mean, it was 2 hours and 12 minutes. I mean, like, if it was good, you wouldn't have cared.
Yeah, right, 100%.
So, I don't know.
I mean, are we at superhero fatigue? I mean, are we just at that point?
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
If a film is good, it's good. Superheroes are not. So, I mean, it's been over a decade. Trust me, we're not at fatigue. It would have hit a long time ago if there was fatigue. People are still excited to see these films. It is hot in here today. I'm gonna go look at the air conditioning real quick.
No, I agree. It is definitely we got a minute 15, by the way. So, all right, minute 15. We'll solicit for somebody to play some trivia. Getting ready for the final hour coming up. Show's flying by. Thank you for everybody to hang out on the stream today. Not impressed. Yeah, Brett, I agree, man. I just was not what I wanted it to be. I don't know. I don't know. Expected different. I guess I just expected better. Expected it to be good.
I just knocked it down to 69 degrees.
Yeah, nice. But there were certain characters. I thought John Cena was funny. I thought he was great. King Shark was great. My daughter the entire time was rooting for King Shark.
Yeah.
At the end, once again, spoiler stuff, guys. You're warned. When you think he might be dead, my daughter was honestly bummed, and then he came running out, and she was like, "Oh, he's alive." So,
I thought he was dead after he got like half ate by those little amoeba things.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
All right, guys, be right back. Are You Smarter Than a Community College Dropout? Brought to you by the Savannah Bar Crawl. It is time to take on either myself, Cotter, or Marshall in a round of trivia.
That's right. And just by playing, you don't have to either win, lose, or tie with us. We'll still hook you up with free stuff. And we're actually giving away 2 prizes to the person that plays us today, Cotter. First prize up is tailgate bar crawl passes to the Savannah Bar Crawl going down on September 4th. That's the first big weekend of college football. The Bulldogs are taking on Clemson. So, yeah, you're going to start off at Stafford's and then it's going to get all sorts of messed up and have a great time watching the Bulldogs. Also, we're going to hook you up with passes to go check out Midday in the Beer Garden over at Moon River. That's this Saturday. You get a pair of passes. It's a mini beer festival happening over at Moon River. We'll give you both of those prizes. 2 pairs of awesome tickets total if you just play us today.
So give us a call, 800-394-1061. Are you smarter than a community college dropout? Brought to you by the Savannah Bar Crawl, Rock 1061.
All right, as we wait for that call to come in, play ourselves some trivia. Coming up next hour, we're going to talk about Vince McMahon being Vince McMahon, and then we'll talk about a hot mic over at the NFL Hall of Fame, where they, maybe talked about smoking joints in the parking lot.
That's pretty funny. I like it. You guys know the party. Yeah, Vince McMahon, oh, man, more people are released. NXT as we know it could be done. I don't know what that means yet, but that could be what it is.
All right, guys, here we go.
Rock 1061, who's this? Jeremy, who do you want to play, man? Myself or Marshall?
I'm going to play you.
Okay, I like it.
Perfect.
Good luck.
All right, Jeremy, you know the deal. 7 questions, 60 seconds. If you don't know the answer to one of these questions, feel free to say pass. Your time will begin after I ask the first question. Are you ready?
I am ready.
Cool. Let's go. Question number 1. What is the capital of the state of Missouri?
Pass.
Question number 2. A group of rhinos is called a what? Is it a crash or a murder?
A crash.
That is correct. Question number 3. Who was the first female artist in history to have 4 consecutive singles from one album reach the top 5 in the Billboard Hot 100? Was it Whitney Houston or Cyndi Lauper?
Whitney Houston.
Incorrect. Question number 4. What does the E stand for in Chuck E. Cheese?
Entertainment.
That is correct. Question number 5. What is the name of the second largest planet in our solar system?
Saturn.
That is correct. Question number 6. What is Dr. Frankenstein's first name?
Doctor.
Incorrect. Question number 7. It is multiple choice. What MTV music show premiered on September 14th, 1998? Is it TRL or MTV Cribs?
MTV Cribs.
Incorrect. Question number 1, once again, what is the capital of Missouri?
Frankfurt.
Incorrect. All right, Jeremy. Today you got 3 out of 7 correct. Cotter? Jeremy got 3 out of 7 correct today for Are You Smarter Than a Community College Dropout Trivia, brought to you by Savannah Bar Crawl. Jeremy's going to put you on a quick hold, so just hang out there for 1 second. Cotter, same rules apply to you. Good luck, my friend.
Okay.
What is the capital of Missouri?
Pass.
Question number 2. A group of rhinos is called a what? Is it a crash or a murder?
Murder's crows. I'm going to say crash.
That is correct. Question number 3. What was the first female artist in history to have 4 consecutive singles from one album reach the top 5 in the Billboard Hot 100? Is it Whitney Houston or Cyndi Lauper?
Whitney Houston.
That is incorrect. Question number 4. What does the E stand for in Chuck E. Cheese?
Entertainment.
That is correct. Question number 5. What is the name of the second largest planet in our solar system?
Saturn.
Correct. Question number 6. What is Dr. Frankenstein's first name?
Victor?
That is correct. Question number 7, multiple choice. What MTV music show premiered on September 14th, 1998? Was it TRL or MTV Cribs?
Oh, man. I'm going to say TRL.
That is correct. And question number 1, you passed on it, still got time. What's the capital of Missouri?
I don't know. It's not. I don't know.
Time's up.
I don't know.
And Cotter, you take the win today, 5-3 over Jeremy.
Jeremy, nice round of trivia, man. Congratulations, and we got some nice stuff for you.
Well played.
You too, man. You too. All right, thank you, sir. We'll give you a call with all the info about all the tickets.
Okay.
All right, cool, man.
Thanks, Jeremy.
See you.
All right, let's go over the correct answers for Are You Smarter Than a Community College Dropout Trivia. Once again, brought to you by our friends over at the Savannah Bar Crawl. What is the capital of the U.S. state of Missouri? That is Jefferson City.
Yeah, never would have got that.
Question number 2, a group of rhinos is called a crash, which is kind of awesome. Question number 3, who was the first female artist in history to have 4 consecutive singles from one album reach the top 5 in the Billboard Hot 100? That is Cyndi Lauper.
I don't know if I can name 5 songs from Cyndi Lauper. That's why I was like, no way.
She had a run, man.
Yeah.
Question number 4, what does the E stand for in Chuck E. Cheese? That is entertainment. I had no idea.
It was just a guess.
I mean, it's a kid thing. Like, you had to have kids to figure that one out because you probably saw it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway, question number 5, what is the name of the second largest planet in our solar system? That is Saturn. What is Dr. Frankenstein's first name? Victor. Question number 7, what MTV music show premiered on September 14th, 1998? That is TRL, a.k.a. Total Request Live.
All right, back at it tomorrow around 8:30. Your chance to win. Are You Smarter Than a Community College Dropout? Brought to you by the Savannah Bar Crawl, Rock 106.1.
All right, we'll be right back after Cotter edits this.
There we go. All right, guys. Sorry. Thank you. I had to get that edited. We're good to go there. So we're back. Marshall had to run out. Have to go. All right, Tony. See you later. Marshall had to run out and take care of something else. Try to new to me. Oh, Breeze Berry. Quite good. Oh, man. As always, everybody, thank you for hanging out. Appreciate that. We've got about 3 minutes. Brand new Daughtry, Heavy as the Crown, and then we'll get to the replay of trivia. Of course, you heard Jeremy take on myself. And then after 9, couple things. There's Hot Mike at the NFL Hall of Fame induction ceremony. Also, Vince McMahon is a maniac who needs to give up control. But that's just me. I don't know. A little bummed and in the WWE, and I don't know why I'm bummed. I should know to expect it by now. But I don't know. Every time. All right, so hopefully everybody's having a decent Monday so far. Kicking off another work week. School, first full week back for kids. Savannah, Chatham County, anyway. Oh, sorry. I got to stand up a bit, guys. If the video is right into my crotch, I apologize. My back is just hurting. Oh, that ain't bad. You're just looking at my t-shirt. My back is killing me. Fudge. Getting old sucks, guys. Getting old sucks. I'm not good at this getting old thing. I do it poorly. All right, big thanks to Jeremy for calling in, playing some trivia all this week. Got your chance to score tickets to the beer festival at Moon River. Great guys over there. Well played, Philip. Well played. No, I know he'll never give up control. It's just I don't know. There's talks that now he's wanting, NXT to be, bigger guys again and not the smaller guys because they lost out to AEW. I mean, they weren't going to win against AEW. I mean, it's unfair to say they had a shot in hell to go against AEW and win. I mean, it's the C-level brand of the WWE where AEW is throwing out all their big guns. There's no way they're going to win. So, I don't know. I appreciate NXT for what it is. I don't need to see a legit third arm of the WWE that is more like what I'm getting on Raw and SmackDown because Raw sucks. Yeah, Elaine, it's rough. I don't like it. Can I be young again? Gray hair and stuff, I don't mind. Just my body hurting is just brutal. It's like I want to have at least one more wrestling match with CEW and just kind of be done with it, but I don't know if my body could take it. One might be the one that does me in, so yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure yet there. All right, so we got about 3 minutes, 20 seconds left in trivia, getting to commercials. Music coming up. Going to hear from White Zombie, get into Lincoln Park. Then we've got audio from the hot mic from the weekend over at the Hall of Fame induction ceremony. Kind of funny stuff. The guys, man, they were just there looking to party. Just there looking to party. Once again, gotta have severe issues with lower back spasms with working out. Haven't had any 8 months. Food for thought. Yeah, I know, dude. I keep telling myself working out is something I got to do, but unfortunately, I'm incredibly lazy, and I'll be the first person to admit that. I always feel better when I work out. Always feel better when I run. And I just got to do it. I'm just lazy. It is a fault, and I'll own it. But I agree. I would love to. I would love to do it more. I agree, Phil. AEW is just way more entertaining right now. WWE just needs a kick in the ass. I'm getting old. It sucks. Every morning I can go out of bed, ankles, knees, and other joints pop and crack every morning. Cleaning this weekend at my friend's apartment. Had 3 flights of stairs, no elevator. Oh, dear Lord. Yeah, that's rough. That is rough. Yeah, when we first moved to Savannah 12 years ago, so I was in my 30s, we lived on the 3rd floor of an apartment complex. I couldn't do that now. There's no way. There's no way I would even consider doing that now. It'd kill it. I would regret it each and every morning. All right, so I think I said it. I'll say it again. Thursday, Friday, I'm out. I am taking my kid to college, going to Fayetteville, Arkansas. I'm actually going to be out a day in September, too. I can't think of the day off the top of my head. Going to fly back into Arkansas twice in like a month. That's right. To go to family weekend. And it's kind of cool. So a college football game is that weekend. So it's Arkansas taking on Georgia Southern. So we actually got tickets for that. So that ought to be fun. Maybe I can run into the big guy in Arkansas. But that'll be fun. Tomorrow on the show, Marshall's going to be quizzed in the face. I don't know what I'm doing for quizzed in the face yet. I'm going to have to figure that out. But we'll get on that. Come up with something for Marshall. That'll be the top of the 9 o'clock hour tomorrow. All right, so this hour's almost done. Got just now getting into traffic and then commercials. And then we'll get to White Zombie. Then the top of the 9 o'clock hour. Get into the Hall of Fame and NXT. Go Eagles. Yeah, I know, right? We are. So it's like, so you pay for family weekend. It's like $80 or whatever. Not bad. You get food and it includes like tailgating. You had to pay extra for the football ticket, so you didn't have to go to the game. So we got tickets for $15, but we are in the nosebleed section. We are about 4 or 5 rows from the top. Yes, Elaine. She is going to be a Razorback. Just one of those. Who would have thunk it that my kid was going to go to Arkansas? But great program for what she wants. So she'll be a Razorback. 5-year program. And yeah, I think she's going to kill it. I think she's going to be fantastic. So I'm excited for her. I think she was nervous. I think she's still nervous. She has a tendency to overthink kind of everything. So she overthinks a bunch of small stuff. But I think when she gets there and gets into the groove, I think she's going to be good. So I'm excited for her. Marshall's music news today. Going to talk Guns N' Roses, Limp Bizkit, and Kiss. Going to have a residency in Vegas. So we got details about that as well. All right. Marshall, once again, taking care of some promotional stuff. There is a live event, live remote today for one of our stations. So he's out getting some stuff ready for that. So he'll be back here in just a bit. Yes. That was, I mean, that the whole Walmart thing, Elaine. Yeah, so Walmart is from there. Their home office is there. So there's all these other businesses there because Walmart's got a thing that if you do business with Walmart, you got to have some sort of setup in the area in Fayetteville. So there are all of these businesses that normally wouldn't be in that area that have some sort of representation or offices in the area. So the business school is really good. There's all these opportunities for kids for interviews and interactions with businesses, even if it's just, internships and training while she's there. So it was one of the reasons that, the program was the main reason, but one of the reasons that kind of sold her on that was because of just, training and opportunities while she was going to school. They do the whole study abroad thing. You have to do that for a semester. I think one of the options is Rome, so I think that's what she's leaning toward, but that won't be. That's like 3 years from now, so that's not anytime soon. But I'm excited for her. She needs to get out and experience some life, so I think it'll be good for her. All right, so a couple minutes of commercials left. Getting to White Zombie, More Human Than Human. Like I said, Linkin Park coming up as well. Big thanks to Jay and Andres for coming in on Friday for Beer for Breakfast. They've got their 10th anniversary coming up August 21st. I think the wife and I will be heading out to the celebration on the 21st. So if you are heading out to Coastal on the 21st for their 10th anniversary, see you out there. Let's have a beer. It'll be good. Elaine, I used to work for them in logistics. Oh, cool. I worked for Walmart, just typical Walmart stuff for, I don't know, maybe a year. It was okay. It was all right. I do have a few friends there. One I would trust with my life. So if you need someone, I can ask them. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, I'm excited. I haven't been there yet. My wife and Ella, my daughter, have been there multiple times for various things. Once just to go look at the campus for the first time, and they went to freshman orientation. So next week will be my first trip there, and then back in September for family weekend. So that'll be fun. I'm looking forward to it. So. CEW Coastal Empire Wrestling, they have their next show. That is coming up this Saturday. That goes down at the Southbound Brewing Company. Also, Voodoo Jack's birthday celebration. So that ought to be fun. So once again, Coastal Empire Wrestling, they got a show coming up this Saturday at the Southbound Brewing Company. So should be fun. Will not be able to make that as well. So I've missed the last couple CEW shows. Hopefully back at it with them in September. Doing some ring announcing. Like I said, eventually would like to have one more match, maybe, if I think my body can take it. Liquid, good morning. Thanks for coming in to hang. Last part of the show. Appreciate that. Heading into the final hour. NFL Hall of Fame ceremony went down over the weekend. Hot mic caught some audio. Guys looking ready to party. And then going to talk Vince McMahon, more talent fired from the WWE, mainly NXT talent. And it looks like a revamp of NXT is coming next. The name I give you for trivia, I work with her mom. Cool. Oh, cool. They reached out. I asked if, because I got a Monday and Wednesday available. So I asked them if either one of those was good. So I'm still waiting to hear back from that. So hopefully, because I do have somebody else coming in for training tonight, but I still have the Wednesday stuff because I got no issue giving up one and or both, depending. Money's been nice, but I need a break. So we'll see. All right, so we got about 5 minutes. About 5 minutes before we get into the top of the hour, our first break. Let's see, where are we at? Mark it down. I finally made some eggs the way Brie likes them in order to put on a sandwich. I hope she does. She's a sweetheart. That'd be awesome. Yeah, we need a couple more. We had a couple other opportunities for bars because we host trivia at 5 or 6 different bars. We had a couple others pop up requesting to talk to them, but I haven't had anybody. It's just tough. It's hard to find people, even for this. So, and I know it's not big money, but it's decent for a couple hours of work. Just show up and talk on a mic. All right, we got about 4 minutes. Marshall back in studio.
Sorry about that. Had to take care of something.
All good. So yeah, we got Lincoln Park coming up next. After that, going to get into this NFL Hall of Fame hot mic story. Pretty funny. Guys just looking to have a good time, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's all it is. Hanging out with friends, getting high.
What else you got to do in Ohio, man?
Nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
But I just realized and assume my kid does on a daily basis. So I reached out to him because he got the full-time job at the apartment complex, working maintenance, ground crew, that kind of thing, mowing lawns, cleaning up.
Oh, okay.
So I was like, hey, how's the job going? I texted him yesterday on Sunday. He's like, oh, great today. It's like I got off early today. I'm like, you work on Sunday? And they're like, until the 14th, it's every day, 7 days a week, because they're just getting ready. Because it is an apartment complex, but it's an apartment complex in a college town. So a lot of the rooms are empty,
right,
as kids are going to get ready to move in. So I got to clean up a bunch of rooms. So yeah, he's been working 7 days a week since he got there. I mean, it's only been a couple weeks, but I was like, all right. And I go, is it good? And they're like, yeah, it's been great. And everybody tells me if I can make it through this stuff with everything getting thrown at us and being busy, I'll be fine for the rest of the year. I'm like, good for you.
Huh, good.
So my kid is surprising me. But the crappy part is those first couple checks going to be pretty solid because you got some overtime on it.
Oh, okay.
Because of the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Then when the real check settles in,
real life kicks in.
What happened?
So apparently Tesla and Leonard Skinner are out on tour right now.
Okay.
Both of their guitarists have COVID and they have canceled tour dates.
Oh, I have seen Tesla an odd number of just too many times.
Mm-hmm.
They've rolled through Central Illinois way too much. Them and Cheap Trick.
Oh, maybe they weren't playing together. They're playing separately, but they both made announcements today.
Both
kind of crazy.
cancel.
Yeah. So on Marshall's Music News today, we'll actually talk about someone else who had to cancel their tour dates. Another band that's actually been quite popular this past 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So we'll do that here. We'll talk about them. We'll also talk about Kiss and just a little tidbit on Guns N' Roses. So that was actually, I got a text message while I was stepping away for a few moments. Jeremy, the gentleman who played against you today and lost 5-3, was actually a buddy of mine, Jeremy Haveman.
Okay.
Who's my pool guy whenever I'm in need of a pool guy. So he actually called and played today. He was super excited. He goes, damn it, the one day I'm able to play. He goes, and I lose to Cotter. And I go, don't worry, bro. Free stuff's still free stuff. It's still good.
That's true. That's true. Holly hit us up on the Facebook page again.
Yeah, I know. I've been talking to her. I've gotten everyone's messages.
Perfect.
I'm on it, guys. Trust me.
All right, got about 30 seconds.
Any of the audio all keyed up here?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, guys, be right back. Good morning, guys. Thank you for hanging out on air and on the stream. Cotter and Marshall Show. Once you're on the stream, be sure to like, follow, and subscribe. So the NFL Hall of Fame ceremony went down Saturday night. And let's just say I think the guys at the Hall of Fame induction ceremony are there just to hang out with friends and maybe get high in the parking lot.
Yeah, we didn't really expect that second part until it was kind of like after Bill Cowher, the famous head coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers. He won a championship, and he stepped away. And I'm like, no, he's definitely going to come back coaching. He never has. He's just been a CBS commentator for almost feels like decades now at this point. Well, he just got done with his speech, and there was like a hot mic still going on, and something was caught people's ears.
I know there's a lot of noise behind it. But you can definitely hear, let's go smoke some joints in the parking lot.
No, it was more said like this. Let's go smoke some joints in the parking lot. Exactly, parking lot.
Somebody, I mean, they're there to hang out with friends and get high.
Once again, what else is there to do in Ohio, man?
There's nothing.
Name one thing. Cedar Point.
Drop off my kid. No, Cedar Point's awesome.
Yeah.
Cedar Point is great.
Right.
But yeah.
I'd rather do it high.
I've never, you know what? Challenge accepted.
Yep.
But no, I find this funny because it's like I can totally see a lot of people doing that. You're like I said, you're hanging out with people you haven't seen in a while. You just want to enjoy yourself.
Exactly. I mean, Edgerrin James, Troy Polamalu, Bill Cowher, Isaac Bruce, all heading into the Hall of Fame with the class of 2020. They did that on Saturday, and of course, maybe all of them got in the parking lot afterwards and got high.
Peyton Manning out there.
Well,
getting high?
he was class 2021.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, so it's two different. They did two different because they couldn't do one last year.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
All right, fair enough. Fair enough.
No weed for those guys.
All right, coming up next, we're talking WWE. They canned more people, and if you're a fan of NXT, expect changes to come to the brand very soon. Vince McMahon needs to retire. 0936, this is Adrenaline, Rock 106.1.
I can't believe they're still firing guys.
Man, over 100 people since they started last April with that first big dump, when pandemic started. Big dump. Over 100 people.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, there were three biggish names in this, since most of them were NXT. Three big names. But then it's like Vince, man, it's like he doesn't trust people. I don't know. I was talking about it a little bit. It's like they expected NXT and AEW to be the ones competing against each other because they were initially on the same night. It's not fair. I mean, NXT is your third brand. AEW is, their main brand, and they have all of these names, all of this talent, all of this money. I mean, they were never going to compete. AEW should have always won that. I mean, they just hands down they should have won it, and they did. They got the more ratings, so they've decided to finally move NXT, and now Vince is like, nope, don't like this anymore. And it was the one out of the three products from WWE that I still enjoyed, and now I'm like, you're just gonna F it up just like everything else, and I won't enjoy this now either.
Yeah, it's I follow someone. I follow some like Twitter wrestling thing, and they post a lot. It was so annoying over the weekend. I actually thought about unfollowing. But
I get that.
I saw all this release. I guess it was on Friday night, right?
Yeah, it was during SmackDown. During SmackDown.
Yeah, so I mean, it's 13 people. A lot of people losing their jobs over at WWE when there's reports that they make a ton of money. So
the NXT people don't necessarily. That's the thing. The NXT contracts are different. If you ever get called up, you get a bump to the main roster salary kind of thing. But I've heard NXT deals being anywhere from $50,000. I mean, it's not like you're making a crap ton of money.
Yeah.
I mean, bigger names are going to make more. I'm sure Adam Cole is not making $50K a year.
So the big names were
Bronson Reed, Bobby Fish, and Mercedes Martinez were the big names. I mean, because Bobby Fish came in with Adam Cole.
That's crazy. Oh, there it is. All right, after this next story, we'll jump into some Marshall's Music News. Like I said, I heard Cotter talking about tomorrow's show. And once again, a little programming note. Cotter and I are going to be off on Thursday and Friday off the live stream. And then we'll jump right into Best Ofs live on the air. So there won't be streams Thursday or Friday of this week, just a heads up.
All right, got about 30 seconds.
It is crazy humid out right now, too.
Is it?
Yeah, so we're doing a couple 3-hour remotes down off Broughton Street. There's a used car event currently with Southern Motors, who has a venue right there, and it's great.
All right, we'll be right back. Vince McMahon just can't let things go. Or he can let things go. People. They released 13 more over the weekend, bringing the total of people released since April of last year, once they had that first, big cut of people.
Right.
To over 100 people have been released over the past year and several months. Now, the 13 all came from the NXT brand, so the gold brand, if you will. The biggest names include Bobby Fish, who actually came in with Adam Cole, part of the Undisputed Era.
Okay.
Great wrestler. He has been injured quite a bit. I get it. It sucks, but I kind of get it. Bronson Reed, who people thought was going to get the call up to the main roster. I mean, he was their North American champion for a while, lost the belt. He's been doing dark matches before Raw and SmackDown, so everybody thought he was getting the call up. And then Mercedes Martinez, who is a fantastic wrestler. She actually was called up part of the, what was the faction that came up during the
Retribution?
Retribution. And she thankfully got out of that and was sent back to NXT because Retribution is horrible. But she is, an uber talented wrestler. And all three of them were featured in storylines going on. Now, Triple H, of course, runs NXT. He hired Shawn Michaels a couple years ago as kind of his right-hand man in NXT. And according to the report coming from Dave Meltzer, who's a wrestling reporter, neither Triple H or Shawn Michaels had any say in picking these people that were getting released. It came from McMahon and some of his other higher-ups, and they're saying they want to make NXT probably more along the lines of a Raw or SmackDown because they don't want, in Vince McMahon's words, no more midgets. He's tired of people under 6 foot being on this brand.
That seems like such a weird thing to have an issue with. But when it comes to the WWE, they've been posting a profit for years. And it was last year they announced that it was the most profitable year ever for WWE in general. So it's weird to see that these guys have got rid of 100 people from their payroll, including wrestlers and behind the scenes people. Now, it was reported that they want more Roman Reigns looking guys. Basically, they want a new, younger direction, and they don't want anyone pretty much over the age of 30 in the NXT brand. So they are truly making this a minor league kind of show, it sounds like, so they can push everyone back into their big brands of SmackDown and Raw. And
that's how it was initially set up. It was a development program. that's how it was built. And then once they moved their show, which was on the network, to USA to go against AEW, it changed the whole mindset of the brand. It became more of just a third brand and less developmental. But now it sounds like they're going to go back to that, which could be good. But if Vince has got his hands all over it, because everything I had heard, he just kind of let this one go. And he let Hunter run this. And he was kind of able to do what he wants. But now if Vince is going to come in, start sticking his nose in everybody's business, I don't know, man. I can't watch Raw. It's horrible. SmackDown's not bad. NXT was the one good thing WWE had going, and now Vince is going to mess this up as well.
You'll be okay. Things will be okay, Cotter. Just because your favorite wrestlers, they're losing their jobs. They'll find some other good place to go, like AEW. It'll be fine.
Now, here's the thing with AEW. You can't take everybody. I think they start to have to be a little bit more picky with who they take. Take the ones that make sense. I'm all for that. It's a business. Run your business, but you can't take every single person that gets released.
Well, no.
You're just going to water down the brand.
they don't have room for all these guys, but we'll definitely take the best.
All right, coming up next, we are going to get to some Marshall's music news. Stick around. It is the Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1. Which story are you doing first? I don't have this new Guns N' Roses song. I've been looking for it.
Oh, you don't?
No.
Well, it's available across all digital music providers.
Except for the ones that send me music. Let me go look real quick, see if I can find it.
Okay. You guys should have just heard that the guttural scream that Cotter just gave, standing up because he hurt his back this weekend. All right, guys, thanks for hanging around this morning. Wanda says bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit is bussin' this morning. Damn, that does sound delicious. That does sound delicious. I'm thinking about getting Five Guys, actually, for lunch today. No big deal. All right, let's see. Actually, sorry, I had to run out and set up some of my coworkers with stuff they need for their event. So I was gone there for a few minutes after trivia this morning, so I do apologize. And there we go. Yeah, so over the weekend, I was at my buddy's house, and we were having he was having some birthday party for his mom, and I just wanted to not drink at my house by myself. So I went over to his house, and his stepdad was there, and they have speakers outside, just built-in speakers, and they started playing this fake owl noise, this random I don't know, just this owl noise, and I'm like, what are you doing? They're like, oh, we do this every night. So they started playing. There's an app just called owlnoises.com. And he started playing these owl noises, and 3 owls show up, and then there was an owl fight, and it was the most entertaining drunk thing I think I've done all year. It was incredible. So once again, very weird. If you have an opportunity and a Bluetooth speaker, play owl noises when you get drunk, from this stupid app that my friend was using. And owls show up, and then for some reason, we just saw an owl fight. I mean, we probably instigated, I'm guessing by calling them, but they showed up. It was awesome. That was just a fun drunk story that happened over the weekend. Why not? So right now, it is 90% humidity outside. I just looked. It's 90% humidity, and it's already 81 degrees today. It is brutal outside. So kudos to anyone who may have to even go outside the front door today. It is ugly hot outside. Not pretty hot, ugly hot outside. So good luck if you have to step out that front door today. Any more than a walk to the car, I feel bad for you. So I spent some of the weekend as well, on top of watching The Sopranos and Suicide Squad. I also got a chance to play some more Final Fantasy VII Remake, which is probably one of my favorite now RPGs possibly of all time. I love this thing. The switch between combat and just the remake of the story itself. If you're a gamer kind of like me, trust me, Final Fantasy VII Remake, if you like RPGs, which is just I don't know, long plotting stories that games usually take 40, 50 to 80 hours to beat. This is definitely one for you. I think I'm 26 or 27 hours in, and I'm about, 60% of the way through the story. I have not got to pull-ups yet. I think I'm on chapter 13 or 14. I just got through the haunted train yard, which for a video game is perfect. Oh, they just brought down the plate, actually, Liquid. They just brought down the plate. Those monsters. obviously a lot going on here in the next few weeks as well, as we're in the midst of August. Only really one big show happening at Victory North this month with Pop Evil. They're going to be coming in town on Monday, August 23rd with 0936 and Broken Love. But we also have next month, Tommy Vexed from Bad Wolves, or formerly of Bad Wolves. POD and Candlebox are all going to be in town too.
Yeah, I don't have that, so.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I can't find it in any of the services I have.
It's funny to see. So I actually looked at the online reaction to the new Guns N' Roses song, which is called Absurd.
Right.
And I mean, Twitter's just a vomit-filled pit of despair. So obviously a lot of hate, but there was some people who actually really dig the song. I listened to it a couple times, and I like it, but I don't love it.
Okay. I haven't listened to it yet.
But what I'll do is I'll drop it into the chat. I think I did this last week as well, but I just want to make sure that everyone knows about it, because I mean, it's a pretty big deal. I mean, Guns N' Roses hasn't put out music in quite some time. But if you don't have the track, let's go ahead and just kick off with, let's do Kiss.
Okay.
So we have audio for this, so make sure you have the audio queued up.
It starts with her asking about it.
Gotcha. So 2 minutes, we're back on the air. Kiss, Gene Simmons actually was at a art showing, and he talked about what Kiss's plans were with a possible residency in Vegas. So he's actually got some audio we'll play back for you there. What's really funny is the person asking him the question is my former coworker, Mercedes, and she actually still hosts Mercedes in the morning on Mix 94.1 in Vegas. But she's been there for decades now. And I don't know why she was the person interviewing him, but super cool.
And why not?
Liquid, no, I have not seen the 99 Woodstock documentary yet, but it's definitely on my list. Going to try to watch that sometime this week, maybe tonight.
Yeah, that was something we brought up last week.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's something I want to see too. All right, got about 90 seconds.
Yeah, I squeezed in. Actually, I didn't really have any time to watch anything Saturday or Friday night. Yeah, Saturday was all like I went and played football. I took a shower, and then we ran errands for a while, and then I think I sat down on the couch and played like 2 hours of Final Fantasy, and then got into that party, and that's where I spent the rest of my night.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's definitely a watch tonight or tomorrow night. I gotta switch that on. Someone gave me their HBO Max credentials, so it's pretty awesome. All right, less than 30 seconds away, guys. We'll jump on. Start Marshall's Music News, which is the downward slope of the show. Positive downward slope.
Mm-hmm. So our buddy Don Black had his car stolen. Did you see all that stuff? Yeah, it's like the second time it's happened to him, and they found it like a mile away. Had about $1,000 of records in the trunk. They didn't take them. There's some damage to the car, but yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah, that sucks. All right, guys, be right back. Good morning. Thank you for hanging out. It is the Conrad Marshall Show, and it's time for some Marshall's Music News.
So Kiss had originally lined up their last leg of their end-of-the-road farewell tour to conclude in the fall of 2021, but the pandemic prolonged their retirement plans. Now, Gene Simmons has confirmed the band will begin another Las Vegas residency in late December of this year. Funny enough, the person that is interviewing Gene Simmons in this audio clip we're about to play is my former coworker in Las Vegas, Mercedes. She actually hosts Mercedes in the morning at 94.1. So you know what? Let's cue the clip.
Is the Kiss residency coming to Las Vegas?
We are. My favorite band, who wears more makeup and higher heels than you ever wore, are going to be at. Where are we going to be? Actually, no, it's Zappos.
Yeah.
God bless you. In Las Vegas. Starting December 27th. That's right, even through New Year's, and we'll be here through February, but in the middle of the Kiss tour that's going around the world.
So they got paid big money to be part of this residency at the Zappos Theater. It was so cute that my former coworker gave him the courtesy laugh, or when he thought he was being really Zappos. God bless you. No, that wasn't funny. So Kiss obviously has a residency in Vegas. It's going to go over New Year's, which is perfect for the guys in Vegas. Gene being a longtime resident of the city. I know he's got spots in LA too, but generally he's been in Las Vegas, kind of the place to be. So good for him. And of course, Kiss continuing forever on with their farewell tour.
How big is this Zappos Theater? Do you know?
Oh, I've been in there before. Britney Spears played the same theater. I've seen 9 Inch Nails in there before. I would say it's between, I don't know, let's just say a couple thousand people.
Okay, because I'm picturing Kiss's stage show, and you see how big it is in an arena or at an outdoor venue, and I'm like, is it going to have to be scaled back because of the venue?
Probably. I mean, like by a couple thousand people, I mean truly that, like 2,000, 2,500 people maybe, max. Yeah, it's about that.
All right, coming up, more of Marshall's music news. Let's do some Kiss, throwing down some Detroit Rock City. Scott and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1.
That's a good tune, man.
I love that song.
Probably we'll do Limp Bizkit next, and then I'll wrap up with just the GNR probably.
All right.
Yeah, Wanda, it is ugly humid outside. It's not even close to pretty. It's 90% humid outside right now. Yeah. it's disgusting out there. Yeah. I mean, it's the type of humid where you walk outside and you immediately start sweating. Like it took all of like 3 seconds. Thing is, man, I've been ignoring my front yard, and I think I've talked about this multiple times on the stream. I've been ignoring my front yard for a couple of weeks now. I think I pulled like 3 weeks. I think I pulled it off for 3 weeks now. It's bad. It's like you go down my street and you're like, nice yard, edged well, and then you look at mine, and you're like, that guy's a piece of garbage. Damn it. I think I may have to mow today.
Yeah,
that'll be my workout for the day.
Yeah, I may have to mow this week before we leave the front yard, because if not, I mean, it's not too bad. I mowed it last week, edged it and everything, so it doesn't look horrible. But if I let it go over the weekend, it might be too much.
That means you're fine. If you're on the borderline, you're fine. Okay. 2 weeks after the borderline, do
too much. Because I won't be here this weekend. Is the only thing.
So Rob Cotter's house.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah. But first, can we get that login for HBO Max? Give us that first, you son of a bitch. So Limp Bizkit's up next, and then we'll do a quick story about GNR, fairly quick, and then we're out for the day. Hope you guys are having a good rest of your Monday, except for the humidity part. Yeah, so we have another remote today. I feel bad for our buddy, I think it's Jake.
Jake got a remote today?
Jake is going to be at Southern Motors, the same place that our coworker Stacy is currently at. He'll be there from 2 until 5, I think.
Oh, that's when I'm there.
Oh, no, that's Mac. Sorry, Mac is going to be there. Oh, Mac. No. Yeah, Mac's going to be there today from 2 to 5.
Yeah.
Sorry, Jake's on the air. But, so she's going to be there, and she's going to die.
Yeah,
it is stupid hot today with humidity.
Toasty. Do we have copy points for that so we can...
Yeah, Mike sent them out last week.
Okay, good. I'll dig through that then. Get a promo up and running.
Oh, there's Mac. Speaking of...
What's up?
Mac, we were just talking about how you're going to die today.
At least sweat a lot.
You're probably right.
All right, got about 45 seconds.
So Limp Bizkit, some negative news. They're on such a high right now.
I know, these aren't good dad vibes.
Their streams have leapt 27%. They're streaming 27% more than what they were just a couple weeks ago because of the whole Fred Durst look.
Limp Bizkit renaissance.
We're here for it.
I'm down, man. Bring it on.
All right, guys, here we
In the middle of Marshall's music news, it is time for story number 2.
Cotter, we're in the middle of the Limp Bizkit renaissance.
Yes, we
We've
are.
talked about this for the last few weeks, ever since they made their appearance at Lollapalooza. People have been talking about the Bizkit in a positive way. Yep. Fred Durst has a new, interesting look. And, of course, they have a new album that's supposed to be coming out relatively soon called Dad Vibes. But some negative news that just came out over the weekend. Limp Bizkit has canceled their remaining summer tour dates with Spirit Box, citing safety concerns. And there's a big, old, lengthy memo about this. So check this out. They go, out of an abundance of caution and concern for the safety of the band, crew, and most of all, the fans, Limp Bizkit said that they are canceling the rest of their tour. Refunds are available at their point of purchase, yada, yada, yada. Now, they are scheduled to play the Stone Pony Summer Stage in Asbury Park, New Jersey this past Saturday, but they canceled it just 1 hour before the show.
Okay.
Now, following the tour cancellation, people speculated that a member of Bizkit maybe have gotten COVID-19. Now, one fan said they spoke to Fred Durst outside of the venue and said that guitarist Wes Borland felt really sick following the group's sound check. Now, the band, however, denied this in a social media post. And here's what they said. They said, let us be clear. One, Wes Borland does not have COVID. They also said that they are going to, they went on to say the system is seriously flawed and we don't care about the BS. They said, ×2, we care a lot about you. To the 6, they can kiss it. And then they said, Dad Vibes coming soon. So obviously, it sounds like everyone's well in Limp Bizkit, according to that post. Hopefully everything is well. But the guys have canceled the rest of their summer tour, which was going on for about another month and a half. Nowhere close to us. We weren't going to get any dates to us. So don't worry about it, guys. You're not going to miss the Bizkit. But hopefully soon, we'll see the guys back on the road. And, of course, I want to get my hands on Dad Vibes, that song that has never gotten an official release on any streaming platform yet. They just played it kind of on the speakers at Lollapalooza.
Right.
And it's awesome. Yeah. It sounded great. I want to get my hands on an official copy.
All right, coming up next, one more story to go, all about Guns N' Roses and some new music. Stick around. Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1.
All right, guys, a little sneak peek before music news. I'm going to go ahead and just drop in the link to the new Guns N' Roses song on the chat. If you're hanging around with us this morning, thank you so much. There is the link to the new GNR. That's the official video, the official audio of the new song Absurd, which GNR debuted at a live performance last week. And then they officially put out this music video. Like I said, it's good, not great. At least that's my opinion of it. I listened to it 3-4 times while putting together stuff yesterday for the show. So I dig it. I just don't love it.
Yeah, I get that.
Have a good day, Andrew, man. Thanks for sticking around today.
All right. Thank you, Andrew. See you later. All right. 30 more minutes.
What'd you say, 30 more minutes?
30 more minutes. Till 10 o'clock.
Oh, okay. Like, we're not sticking around that long. We're leaving before that.
That's true.
Sorry, what's that, Mac, off camera? Sorry. So you and I are going to do the Small Business Chamber of Commerce event on Thursday. And then you are doing your own Bob event, which is later on this afternoon at Southern Motors. They're doing it out of their warehouse on the corner of like Broughton and it's not Lincoln. It's where that next street is. But no, I'm definitely not showing up for that one. It's way too hot. I do inside events. Mm-hmm.
I'll be right back.
Sorry, guys. We're just winding down to the end of the show today. We've had a good day. We learned that Cotter thinks that he could do really well in handball as an Olympic sport. I'm pretty sure I could do well in it was mostly I think sports I could do well in are sports that I can hide in. So like possibly 3-on-3 basketball. I don't know, just some sport I can kind of hide in the background. I think I could probably do well in. Matt, get on the mic. Come hang out. This one right here. This one. You can take the lead spot. All right, so Mac's just hanging out in studio. Cotter went to go use the restroom, so we might as well have you on the mic. What's one Olympic sport that you think you could medal in, that you think you would do well in, and medal in?
None.
None?
No.
You don't think you could do well at anything. Cotter thinks he could be part of like the rugby sevens because there's lots of people on the field. He could kind of hide in there and kind of get away with it. Just be an extra body.
Are box jumps an Olympic sport?
Box sports are not. What about bobsledding?
No.
You don't think you could do bobsledding?
I'd wreck. I'd be the one that chips a tooth on said bobsled.
What about have you ever shot a gun or do you think you could do well in like?
Ooh, so when I was in 4-H as a young tyke, I placed ahead of everybody at a BB gun tournament.
Okay.
Even the guys. That's right.
Yeah, so you could probably do well in some sort of shooting event.
Yeah, I could. Yeah.
What about archery? Thoughts on that?
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
See, I had one instance with a bow, and it came back and snapped me in the arm. I'm ruined. I don't like it.
I love watching. I think that's the one. I watched like rowing. I don't know why, because
rowing would be cool.
But I think archery. I loved watching archery when it came to an Olympic event. I asked Mac what she thought she could do well in the Olympics, and she actually she said she placed above everyone in a BB gun shooting contest. So she, so she thinks she could do well in that. Cotter said rugby. I said 3-on-3 basketball.
Yeah,
and still to this day, honestly, I know handball's an Olympic sport, but why don't they do snowball fighting? I'm a big-time snowball fighting advocate.
So, okay, snowball fighting. Do you have to? Can you pre-make your snowballs, or do they have to be made mid-fight?
No, snowballs are available at certain containers along the course.
Sure.
And then I think it's like a purely like you probably do like a 6v6 type of situation. Maybe a few more, like 8v8.
Dodgeball, you eliminated, you're out. Last team standing?
Yeah, last team standing.
Okay.
And yeah, it's just like country after country. We just like NCAA bracket this bitch, and we just go,
Okay.
And how do we seed them available? I don't know. First year, round robin, and then based on every Olympics, how we do before that,
sure,
we'll seed them out that way.
I mean, that's how they do a lot of it. I mean, it's like they'll do pool play. Basketball does it. That's why United States, they like lost a game early on. Everybody's freaking out. Because it was pool play, so they do like a round robin thing, and that's how they seed you. Or if you make it out of the pool and you move it into the elimination round. So yeah, there's multiple ways to do it.
I'm just saying, the Winter Olympics, there's not enough, right?
Yeah, they're really deficient.
You look at summer versus winter, snowball fighting. I know it sounds silly conceptually, right when I say it out loud, but if you think about it, it would probably be one of the most electric sports to watch.
No, I think you're gonna have a lot of fun with it.
Yeah.
Because you can, it's like, Happy Gilmore when he golfs. It could just be loud and noisy music playing, people yelling at each other.
Think about it. Like, remember the American Gladiator show?
Oh, yeah.
And they had, like, the gladiators with the guns, and they just shoot at the guys. Like, it's got the same feel. I mean, there's got to be some dudes who just have rocket arms.
Oh, yeah.
And could you imagine, like, some of the hits, like, getting, like, slammed in the face of the snowball, and you're, like, flying backwards? It'd be incredible.
Yeah.
It'd be incredible.
I'm down.
It'd be a big-time win for everyone. Oh, here's some breaking news that you're going to want to hear, Cotter.
Yes.
And this was as of yesterday. So congratulations to our friends down south. Florida breaks record for new daily COVID cases for third time last week. So just yesterday, 3 days in a row, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, they broke a record for the most COVID cases. So
yeah.
Way to go, Florida.
I think
you're really doing it.
I think there's a really good chance my November trip doesn't happen.
That's the Florida trip down to
Disney.
To Disney? No.
Yeah, I think there's a good chance, man.
Canceled again?
If things keep going the way they're going, certain things are going to have to shut down. I don't think the government. I don't think the government's going to start shutting stuff down because I think it's just too much of an impact.
Yeah, Governor DeSantis is not going to shut.
No. It's not going to be from him. But
Oh.
I'm just saying, Disney themselves may finally get to the point of it's just not safe.
Yeah. I don't know. They're making everyone on the indoor portions of Disney wear
masks,
masks. Yeah, but not outdoors.
Right. As of now.
I think you'll be fine. I want to stay positive about it. All right, man?
Hey,
Positive
that's cool.
vibes.
I hope so. All right, we got about 5 minutes.
Is the incomparable Monty Jet back this week?
He is. At least I hope
perfect.
so, because I didn't voice track on Rewind for today, just assuming he's going to be there. So, yes, I'm going to say yes, Monty is back.
Perfect. All right. Okay, just a few minutes left of the show, guys. Once again, appreciate you guys hanging out with us. I got one more song after this. We'll be back in about 4 or 5 minutes on the air, and then it's a wrap for the day. Once again, quick programming note, Cotter and I are off both Thursday and Friday this week on the stream. We'll still have best of stuff on the air that you can listen to if you're just listening to the radio portion. But we will not be live streaming Thursday and Friday. They'll be back the following week.
Yep.
Doing some stuff. Week after that, I think I'll be out. The week of the 23rd, I'll be out, I think, for just one day, that Friday. Going to be out of town. Going to visit my mom. So
cool.
Got to go paint her shutters. So
yeah,
son of the year type stuff there.
I get it. Yeah, I got one day in September, so I go to family weekend.
Funny enough, you chose the same day I was already off. So congratulations.
Okay, yeah, that worked out well. So we're gonna go down. I'm gonna fly over Thursday. So there's not an actual airport in Fayetteville. Airport's in Benton, Arkansas, which is a half an hour drive from Fayetteville.
Oh, okay.
So I have to land in Benton, Uber for a half an hour. And then so it's Friday, which actually works out well. My daughter has class until like 5, unless they cancel class because of the weekend. So I'll just hit a bunch of breweries. And then there's something Friday, and then Saturday, because it's like $80 for the family weekend you pay, but it includes like tailgating with food because there's a game that weekend.
Oh, okay.
So we bought tickets for the game, and we are in the nosebleed, but Arkansas is taking on Georgia Southern.
Oh, that's cool.
So that'd be kind of cool. So I'll have to see if I can hit up with, see if the big guy will be there that weekend. I know he likes to get like barbecue wherever he goes. So
yeah, he travels quite a bit with Georgia Southern, so it'll be interesting to see if he actually does show up.
Yeah, if he's there, I'll see if I can meet up with him.
See if he gets some tickets down on the field.
Yeah, so it's like so it's $80 for the weekend. You get like a T-shirt. There's like a couple different events that include food and all that stuff, so it's not bad. It didn't include the tickets. Tickets were $15. I mean, we are in the nosebleed, but I'm like, it's fine.
What's the capacity? It's got to be huge.
You know what? That's a good question.
Most college like football stadiums are massive.
Arkansas Stadium capacity 76,000.
Yeah, and it'll be jammed too, man.
Ooh, the Donald Reynolds Razorback Stadium. Just throwing it out there. 76,000. Oh, it's gonna be stupid.
How much were like tickets down low?
We could have got better seats for like $60.
Oh, okay.
And I'm just like, that's fine. We're having to spend like weird amounts of money recently, so I'm like, it's fine. $15 each is completely fine. All right, got about 90 seconds. Final break of the day. 76,000. Yeah, that's a big stadium. Be fun though. I've only been to one college football game. Went to one Lincoln, Nebraska game when I was there.
I went to the Trojans were playing a bowl game in Vegas, the USC Trojans.
Okay, yeah.
So I forget who they were playing someone else. And I remember my buddy, my next door neighbor, was a huge Trojans fan. So as soon as, and they gave me a boatload of tickets. So as soon as I got a bunch, I just grabbed some and I went across the street. I'm like, dude, here you go. And he goes, well, you can't not go with me. I'm like, I guess not. I mean, make sure I'm free that day. And I was. And yeah, I went. That was my first and only college football game right there.
It's definitely an experience, man. It was fun. So
the Las Vegas Bowl, it was sick.
All right, 20 seconds. See you later, Liquid. All right, guys, be right back. Before we get out of here, one more time, another story, Marshall's Music News.
So last week at a show in Boston, the guys of Guns N' Roses decided to, just go ahead and do some new music. They played a new song called Absurd. Now, this is a rework song from a Guns N' Roses track called Silkworms. Now, that's been out for years and years on some back channel music stuff, but they've never officially put out Silkworms. Now they reworked it, and now Absurd is the new song, and that is officially released across all digital music providers. Now, of course, the band has now been working on a new studio album for quite some time now that Slash and Duff have returned to the band. Now, last time GNR put out an album, 2008's Chinese Democracy. Remember that, Jem? Remember it was a Best Buy exclusive?
I don't think that counts.
Like you had to go to Best Buy? I bought it. I went there and bought it.
I'm sorry?
Yep. And I wish I had my money back. Not the best work from Axl Rose and I would say company, because at that point he had like 80 guys working for him in the band.
Buckethead?
Yeah. We're at KFC Buckethead guy? Oh, he was great. Sort of. Anyway, so that audio is now available. Actually, if you were watching the stream today or just part of the chat at all via Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch, I'm going to go ahead and drop the link in again. Once again, if you want to check out the new official music video. And that's the first piece of new music we've gotten from Guns N' Roses since 2008's Chinese Democracy. So the first stuff in 13 years or so. So there you go. That is Marshall's Music News.
All right, coming up on the show tomorrow, Marshall is going to get quizzed in the face. Dude of the Week, the death match is back. So we'll talk to you tomorrow at 6. Thank you for hanging out on air and on the stream this morning. It is the Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1.
All right, gang, thanks for hanging out and chilling with us today. Just so you know, I talked about it earlier in the show today. I bought the Fart Blaster 3000. The moment it comes in this week, I'm going to bring it in studio. We'll test it out. We'll test it out before we do it for Torture Tuesday later on this year. But I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. We'll see you tomorrow.